Just riveting television right now. All right. Episode 2, Leaves on the River. We ended last episode on the surface of Beta Pravonis, inside the cyro-crypt of a long-dead race. But inside one of these pods lies someone who bears a striking resemblance to the late Captain Calder. How did he get here? And what tale brought him there? We begin our tale today 2,000 years in the past. 200,000 years in the past, when humanity was still mastering sharp sticks, Andorians were harnessing fires, and Vulcans were discussing the benefits of bronze violently. The Iconians, and who were the benevolent rulers of the galaxy, had been destroyed mere hours ago. Their planet reduced to cinders, their name and legacy reduced to myth and fear. And now, the Armada of Liberation moves towards one of the few allies of the Iconians, a lesser race who was given privilege, the Pravonians. They had the privilege edge in the galaxy, one of the first to rise up alongside the Iconians, and now they were the next to be exercised along the demons of air and darkness. Captain Calder, after your interesting conversation with a certain letter-based personality, you find yourself in the streets of the city. Strange alien architecture all around you, and there's lots of aliens running around you. None of them that you recognize. Most of them seem to be these large ape-like creatures. But there's a few smatterings of lizard-like people, some humanoids with Play-Doh on their face. And everyone is running around, panics and screaming, as from the sky, fire is raining down as the orbital bombardment has begun. NPCs are yelling, "Why are they bombing us? Where are the Iconians? We did nothing to deserve this." And now only survivors. And now the rest of the players at the table, I will be handing you some sheets of the other Pravonian survivors. They have a first name and then a simple job description, and behind them, and just to get a feel for what they are at a glance. Some of them have special abilities, some of them have special talents and focuses. And for the next 30 minutes, it'd be your job to make sure that these guys can make it out of this massacre alive. alongside with Calder. Calder, of course, will be playing himself. All right. Can you guys see the sheets now?
You can see all the sheets now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I can drag folders, right? Yes, I can drag folders. All right. Underneath your character folder, there should be a folder called Pravonian and Survivors that has all the sheets in them. Go ahead and call dibs on one, and read up on it real quick.
Just give me one of the random security officers.
Yeah, try to make sure that each one has a value or two, and they kind of have like different specializations. So, Corbinian, which one do you want?
I'll go for Lactum, I guess.
Okay.
The cryogeneticist.
Cameron, which NPC are you taking?
Let's go with one of the engineers. Let's go with Kodzi.
Kodazi.
Kodazi.
Yeah.
Let's go with Kodazi.
Rust, which NPC do you want to take?
I'll do the Ezish engineering.
Izij?
Ezish.
And let's go ahead and give you Ildrum. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and take a moment to familiarize yourself with your characters. As you realize that your civilization is coming to an end. Oh, that is the thing. All right, let's try this again. All right, all permissions have been set. Yeah. All right. As you are looking around, trying to figure out where to go, you realize that there is an Iconian gate just north of you, probably about a quarter of a mile. And if you can get to that gate, you could get off this planet.
Are there any vehicles nearby we can pile into?
Give me a insight con on diff 1.
There's someone more perceptive than Lactum is. Lactum is not a very perceptive person, apparently.
There is. I forgot how to say it again. Kodazi.
Kodazi.
That is Kodazi. We have a security person with us, right? Are they like a police officer, or are they like a soldier? What are we talking?
General police officer.
You there? Why are we not firing back? That's your job? And he's deaf.
What happened to the other security officers? Because there's like 3 of them.
They're
They did not
NPCs
get
now.
chosen and thus got crushed by debris.
Oops, I'm on the wrong layer.
They'll say, I'll fire back, but you give me shit, I'll be firing at you.
How rude.
Oh,
You look around and there doesn't appear to be any vehicles. And my internet blurped?
yeah, kind of robot in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
good.
internet it went a bit weird, and it's still weird.
Fine now?
Oh, there you go.
Domo arigato. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
And shit. Yep, OPS is back. Okay, that went weird.
Yeah, I knew something was weird when you pooped. I was like, in roll 20, I was like, Yes, you've gained a threat from me as I look around.
All right. There is a land vehicle. Oh, but it only seats 4 comfortably. And there's about 8 in your group right now.
I see one vehicle over there. Perhaps we can get some of us in there and start hoofing it to look for another vehicle along the way. We need to get out from this attack. Fire or not, if we die out here, it's not going to matter much.
I agree.
General bombardment, or are there specific targets, or appear to be specific targets?
Inside security diff 3. Kind of at a weird angle to see it.
All right, everybody, this is the part where we take our sidearms and just shoot into the sky blindly, hoping we hit something.
We will defeat this
you have-
invasion.
Yeah, you have no idea what they're shooting at. It's in random locations, and some at the edge of the city, some near the center of the city. There's one actually just hit just behind you. I need everyone to make a fitness security roll of difficulty A2 to avoid a shrapnel.
As it blows up, I just look behind and scream, "My house!"
As a torpedo lands just the block behind you.
Take a threat.
Yep,
What was the diff?
diff 2.
Oop.
Survival focus.
Yes.
Well, if Kodazi dies, there's these other people.
I walk away from the explosion in slow motion, really cool.
It wasn't a direct hit, so.
Yeah, I imagine a direct hit is, and you're atomized.
Torpedo? Yeah, I'm sure. You, as a character, suffer 2 breaches.
How does a character suffer breaches?
No, that's just instant death. That's the joke.
Mega damage from rips. It's like, you're done.
Yeah, yeah, death.
Kodazi, Lactum. Kodazi and Lactum take 3 points of stress.
Ow.
So I get hit by my bed frame.
Yep.
You must get Hal Greer's into the car and get moving.
I
Can't
agree.
stay out like this.
Oh, that was imported wood.
Somebody take the vehicle, load up the wounded, and whoever else can fit, and we'll. So the other able-bodied people will find another vehicle.
I mean, how many feet is a quarter mile?
I mean, you can. Most people can run a quarter mile in a couple minutes. You can walk it in 10.
Wouldn't
I'm
it,
so
it
wounded.
Wouldn't it be easy to just have all this just a gun there?
Yep.
So let's
Running a quarter mile shouldn't take but about 4 minutes at most.
Lactum is perfectly
whatever-
happy to go the fast way.
Yes, whatever we're going to do, we need to do it now. Oh, I'm bleeding so badly.
Can we fit 8 uncomfortably in the car?
You could possibly fit 6 uncomfortably in the car.
Problem
Okay,
solved. You police officers, go fight back.
Yes. Have the two security guards who aren't being controlled by a player just help their survivors.
Yep, sound good.
You redshirt on your own.
Yeah. We roll up the windows as they're waiting to get in the car.
All right, who's driving?
Oh, not it.
Who has the highest con? I have 3.
I'm
One.
afraid I only rarely pilot myself. I use the autopilot.
Of course, it's a fitness command test, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's fitness command diff 2. I think.
Yep.
Gosh, seriously? Okay, I
Mhm.
focus in preparation because I'm preparing my wounds to be healed.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Thanks.
Yes. She can use focus emergency medicine.
No, it's not a medicine roll anyway. It's a command rolls.
Sure, that might be fun. And you guys were worried.
Again? Yeah, we were right.
Oh, you guys have generated. Yeah. From the dodge rolls, generate 3 threat, 3 momentum. All right, so you'll paddle in the car, and we're still fighting over, or who's gonna drive this?
I asked who had the highest con.
Oh,
Said not it.
Who
One.
is it?
I could have won as well.
I got a 3 in con. Who has higher than 3?
I don't think anyone has higher than 3.
You're it.
Okay. Control con.
Control con on difficulty E3, complication and 1 because, well, you know, your city's being bombed.
A threat and 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Yep.
This is ridiculous. Where are the Iconians?
They're supposed to be helping you. They're
I
not helping
know.
you.
This is
In fact,
the
in fact-
betrayal.
In fact, as you're jumping into the car, you see a couple Iconians running along the way that you're going to drive.
Traitors. I yell out the window.
All right, as you guys drive off, you punch it down the way, dodging ink shrapnel, weaving in and out of debris, and then you turn the corner, and there's the Iconian Gate, this big, beautiful structure that's shimmering and wavering, as it's allowing refugees to leave.
A safety
And-
at last.
And torpedo strikes, blowing it to smithereens. Right before
Should have.
your eyes, the gate collapses and falls in on it itself. The shimmering doorway disappearing.
Julian, you should have driven faster.
Time for Plan B.
Anyone know where another gate is, or another where means of survival is?
Insight Command or Security,
Spaceport?
Diff 3.
I'll
There's
do
a fleet in orbit.
Insight
Spaceport probably not a
command
good idea.
and take a threat.
Okay.
I ate that momentum, by the way.
Oh yes. This is kind of weird since you just got here, Calder, but you just get this an inclination that there is a spaceport that is a couple kilometers away, but you might be able to get to it. Or there is a security, a fallout shelter, or a couple kilometers the other direction.
Okay, I'm going to say spaceport or the fallout shelter.
Spaceport.
If they're attacking the gates, then wouldn't they shoot at the ships? I don't want to crash to death. I'm sure the military will repel this soon.
Yeah, I'm on the side of fallout shelter because if we leave through ships, the only way out is through the bombardment force.
As you're talking about this, the explosions slowly subside. They're not firing torpedoes anymore, but they're still firing something. They're just not exploding on contact.
That has to be a good sign.
As one of them lands right in front of you with a resounding thud. A 2-meter tall cylinder embeds itself in the ground and opens up. And inside, you see inky blackness that pours out and starts attacking the vehicle.
I'm gonna before that happens, I'm going to hit it in reverse.
You may certainly try. Control con on diff if 3.
Okay,
See-
one momentum and 2 threat for 4 dice.
All right.
Would combat tactics work as I am evading the enemy?
Yeah, and especially since you fought these before, you would know that distance is key. They don't have a projectile attack. As you shove it in reverse and speed backwards. And wrong layer. There we go.
Is this some sort of biological attack? What is this? This is ridiculous.
As you speed away, the darkness sends out lightning bolts, hitting electronical devices, and as it hits them, the darkness grows and grows.
Okay, so follow shelter it is then.
Well, I don't want to be on the same planet as that. I changed my mind.
I mean, I doubt we could get a ship through that pointing at the darkness in the sky.
If we waited out in the shelter, the Iconians should be able to relieve us from this attack. We just need to weather this storm, save who we can. If our military is able to repel them as well, they may start collecting us from the fallout shelters. If not for these monstrosities, I would say the port, but the longer we're on the road, the more likely we're going to be hit by whatever those are.
Yes, you're right. I'm sure the Iconians haven't betrayed us. Well, I'm partially sure the Iconians haven't betrayed
Well, Iconians are dying alongside us.
us. That's ridiculous.
Utterly ridiculous. The Iconians are the most advanced race in the galaxy. Who could possibly
Right.
challenge them?
Right?
This is foolishness.
Can't destroy a battleship with a stick. Can you?
I mean, if you put it in the power generator aggressively enough, I guess you theoretically could.
I'm
Put
not
the
gonna
stick
think
in the
about
right
this.
location.
I'm
Okay,
not gonna
I'm
think about this.
All right, Calder, are you driving?
yeah, I'm driving to the fallout shelter.
None of the Bravonians have any ideas what the inky blackness is. This is a new scary thing. All right, you turn around and start driving through the streets as more of these drop pods are falling from the sky. As they hit, you see around corners and down side streets that soldiers are fully equipped with crude particle weapons and leather or armor or jump out and just start mowing down any civilians they come across.
Okay, one more thing I gotta say, does the architecture or the fauna of this planet look familiar to the Calder?
Inside science and difficulty 2. It's been a while.
Okay, 1 threat, 2 momentum for 4 dice.
All right. Kind of. It does look a little bit familiar. It was on that planet with the energy training temple under, and then it had the space kraken in orbit. Yeah, some of the trees look familiar, and also, from what your crew said at reports, the people sitting around you, who kind of look like the natives on that world, although a little different. These guys have the people around you have larger foreheads, smaller mouths, straighter backs, whereas the people before were larger, or sloped forehead and stooped.
We are much
Okay,
more civilized.
I have Lita would Lita investigator help me figure out the mystery of if is this the same planet the my ship has been to.
With lead investigator, you're kind of doing this as on the fly as you're driving, but the pieces are starting to fall together with that talent. Yes.
Oh, good. So yeah. So double time it to the fallout shelter.
Yep. As you're driving down. Quite unfortunate. Just bad timing is all. One of the drop pods slams right in front of you, blocking your exit. This one's about 2 meters tall and 3 meters wide. Once it's finally impacted, and out pops out 5 of the warriors.
Run them over.
That's the plan. While doing that, I'm gonna go maximum settings on my phaser to make a hole through the other.
You do have quick.
Pod.
You do have quick to action.
Yes, so I will do that. I will drive forward, and do maximum settings on my phaser to make a hole, to make an exit hole.
Okay. Which one are you gonna do first? Fire phaser or drive? That'd be 2 separate actions.
Wait, would that be? Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a quick to action or is that swift task?
I'm going to do the driving part because that's harder for me.
All right.
Yeah, you probably quick action.
Swift action. Swift task.
Swift task. Can't see easier off it. All right. So control on. You're just going forward over bodies. That's fine. Div 2. Let's. Control con div 2 complication 2.
Okay. Take 3 threat.
Gladly.
Combat tactics as a focus.
Yeah, this seems like a tactical maneuver. And
I will use my Medal of Honor to do swift action.
excellent. Control security div 2.
Take a momentum. Oh, I also have and I haven't used a maneuver yet, so I will use Deadeye Marksman to reduce the difficulty by 1. With the additional of the aim. GM. Hello?
Author, did we lose you?
I can hear you. I don't know if he might have. His internet might have died again.
Uh,
I don't know what happened to them.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, yeah, back.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
Hopefully the recording's still good because the recording's all local.
Okay, so
All right. I'm Deadeye's marksman, and yes, you can do that. And then one threat for third dice.
no one momentum because I got 3 successes.
Oh yeah, you got the one
2.
momentum. Yep.
Okay, so reloading that 19.
Nice shot. So that's 3 momentum total. As you manage to gun it and drive forward. Go ahead and roll phaser damage plus 3 to represent the car as well.
Okay.
Because surprisingly enough, Star Trek doesn't have stats for using in cars as vehicular homicide.
Vehicular self-defense, actually.
Self-defense. All right, so you managed to mow over 2 of them, and yeah, they're definitely not good. And yeah, you actually with the area setting, and you managed to get two more with those chevrons. Just completely fill out their stress, and they fall to the ground. However, the survivor manages to get a shot off as you're driving away, and blows out the rear differential.
You forgot I have quick action, so someone else can go.
Just as a response as to getting driven over, or one of the guy's guns goes off and blows out the rear axle of the land vehicle.
Now I'll go.
Now you can go. As you drive through, and the car makes a shuddering stop and slumps backwards.
Okay. I'm gonna pull down the back seat and, I don't know, use some tape or something to fix it. And try to jury rig it.
Jury rig a broken axle. Okay. Let's see how well this works.
He will hold it together with his bare hands.
We have Iconian level tech. I'll put some insta glue on it or something. Insta cement. I don't know.
Well, we have
JB
engineers
will.
among us. They might have kits on them that could possibly fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they have kits. They
I'm
definitely
the
have,
engineer.
have kits.
I've got the jury rigging focus. It's a shame I don't have the jury rig talent. But great here.
The jury rig talent would be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But then I looked at my talent and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not quite full PCs.
Yeah. I'll still try.
2, 3, 4.
Put some repair glue on it.
Control all engineering difficulty 4, complication 3, as you're trying to do this quickly, and while out there's still uglies firing at you.
They may be attacking us, but I wouldn't call them ugly. That's very rude.
I'll give the roll a try, and if the other engineer wants to assist, and I'll use a point of momentum.
Yep, I can allow you to assist.
You have a focus?
Damage control?
Technically, yes. Oh no!
Come on.
I can allow you to succeed at cost.
I mean, a blown out tire is better than a broken axle.
Would you like to succeed at cost?
I suggest yes. Leave it up to the main roller though.
How much does the cost?
The complication.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
betting.
complication of sorts.
Okay, fine.
You can and manage to repair this with the spare tire on the ground, but there's parts missing. Apparently, this car wasn't too well maintained, and it's going to take you 2 rounds to finish this.
Will you allow?
So the end of this round, and the end of next round, the vehicle can finally move.
How far away are we from this? I'll look at the alien. Wherever you are, how far away are we from that bunker?
God.
It's a religious sort. We're doomed.
1 momentum, I can answer that.
I spend 1.
You are still 2 kilometers away, so probably a
Not
good.
walking.
That's a long walk or brisk as 15-minute run.
Okay, let's focus on fixing.
Yep.
And also, you still have a bad guy here, so
Oh, right.
that's an issue. I don't have focus, but I have threat. Of course, all your things are for melee. Cool. Control security div 2. And that's a miss as his shot goes wide, but 2, 3. As another pod drops behind you.
I am now regretting the decision to send away the security guards.
Okay, so 4 of these guys.
Oh, there.
Do we have weapons? Like it says on a sheet we do, but do we?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
And the path to freedom is that away. And 2. Oops. 2 to keep. And let's do 1 and for a reroll. As the really big ugly guy back here is gonna angle his hand and make a shot. Oh, and because the big guy's here, I generate a momentum. Because he is threatening of sorts. And that is a hit. Kodazi. That's not right.
Me?
That's not the right amount of dice. That is. Oof. 1. That is 9 damage.
Holy shit! Thank God for that recovery roll that was dead. Or that was lethal.
Do you wish to avoid the injury by some beings?
Have a medic here? I don't think we do.
In theory, you do.
I am sorta.
Uh, I don't want to give you any more threat in this situation, so I think Kodazi is going to scream and hit his head on something or something.
Scream fall over as the disruptor hits the back of your shoulder and burns through your chest.
Yeah, he really just faints.
Yep. Oh, you're not dead. You're dying. There we go.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
not
now
lethal. It's just.
Yep.
Ouch.
It is now player's turn.
I already went.
Cover me, Ildrum. Shoot them.
Oh, I've been
Because
on
I'm
mute.
assuming we still have quick to action, so we can do one and the other.
Yep.
So which one? This one?
Both sides are shooting at you.
Where's the other one at? Oh, he's
Behind us.
behind us.
Yep, you're pincered.
Let's start dealing with these guys, I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna run over to this guy. What kind of weapons do we have?
You should have disruptors and the fist attack. Which, if you use your fist attack, you can and charge and move 2 zones for free as part of the attack.
Right. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, so let's go. Just do an attack. So what's a fist attack roll?
Opposed as daring insecurity. We match. Do you want to succeed at cost, or are we just going to bind our weapons?
I guess we're gonna bind him for right now.
All right. As you try to swing in, and he catches you on the edge of his rifle, and just you're caught in a bind, pushing back and forth against each other. Who wants to go next?
Lockdown will try to treat Kodazi so he can come out of his injury.
Okay. Control medicine, difficulty 2.
Control medicine, difficulty 2. Spending that momentum. Emergency medicine focus.
Absolutely.
Reroll that 0 just for digging. There you go.
Oh wait, I just realized something.
Yes.
Wouldn't the jive in the shoot actually move us behind the 4 that they're already dead?
Oh, I guess it would. So, yep, they're all bunched up behind you then.
Okay. Because what I did was jive, because I imagined that they're still walking out of the pod, so I drove through them and the pod, but instead of shooting them, I shot the wall of the pod the car would have hit to make a hole.
Yep. Okay, so this is the situation then.
Okay.
As Kodazi, who faintly come to, and Lectum is standing over you, who 10-year injuries.
We need this car, engineer. No time for dying yet. I'm gonna swift task and take a pot shot at this guy.
One momentum, one threat, Swift.
Works for me.
I'll take that.
And have an additional threat 'cause I'm buying a die. Boop, boop. I do not have focus for this.
But you got a nat 1. Go ahead and roll disruptor damage. And which guy we're aiming at? The closer guy?
Yeah.
And he falls. All right, players have gone. Now these guys' turn. You're wrestling with my friend. I'm gonna try to wrestle you as well. Oppose daring security. You have a complication because you're already in melee with another person. Spent 2 threats to make that happen. So, Ildrim, oppose daring security. And I will spend 1 threat to be rolling 3 dice on this. Would you like to spend additional resources, L?
Nah.
All right. Come on. Retro. Yeah, it's the first one. So technically you lose, but there's a complication on their end. I'm gonna say he swings with a dagger, but he's going to slash both of you in his wild swing.
Oops, I went the wrong direction. This way. There we go.
For all of
Wait,
2 damage.
I thought defender wins on a tie because your NPC won when I attacked earlier on a tie.
You have a complication. I spent 2 threat to give you a complication that you're already engaged in melee with someone else.
Okay.
So there's complications on both sides.
Yeah, but that doesn't. A complication doesn't make me lose. You didn't assign a change in the difficulty or anything to it. A complication is a complication.
A complication can change the difficulty, but regardless, it's 2 damage as it lightly grazes you.
All right.
And it is now player's turn. I believe that
Am I
is...
still working on the vehicle?
Yes, you are.
Can they do another action to reduce the time?
A control engineering difficulty 3 will decrease the time and allow you to get out of here right now.
Okay, I'll use a point of momentum.
Yes, you may. And you who just got it. As with a quick pick of sealant, you get the you get the wheel back on, and you're good to roll. But now Eldrim, who's engaged in melee combat, needs to get out of there. And it is the top of the round. So I have 2 more bad guys to go. I'm just gonna take pot shots at the vehicle. Keep it simple. This is for Calder. And this one is for Lactum, since you're healing people. Gosh, these guys are terrible shots. Alright, top of the round. All initiative resets. It is player side.
So this will be the last round before the car's back up and running, right?
Car's ready to go right now if you want to leave Ildrum.
We could probably get back to the car, and then we could spend to keep the initiative and then get out of here.
I have an idea. We get in the car and just back up over them.
Yeah. Well, that might break the axle again.
Oh, fair.
Like, this is a rugged Landmaster 2000, but it's not that rugged.
I knew I was right when I lobbied the Transportation Commission for those anti-grav units.
All right, what's the plan?
Thinking best move is Ildrum, get back to vehicle, keep the
Let's drive
initiative, and
away.
then drive.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, run back to the vehicle. That's going to be fitness, security, difficulty E2. Actually, it's diff 0 to move zones. And I want to keep my threat, so diff 0 to disengage and run back as these two who are next to you are slightly preoccupied with the aspect of, you just stabbed me, bro. So, L, would you like to purchase additional dice?
I barely heard L. I was in the restroom. Alright. Buy additional dice, but I didn't hear anything before that.
It's a fitness security task diff 0 for you to disengage and run back to the car that is now fixed.
You know what? No, I'm gonna keep fighting.
Oh, we leave him then.
Yeah.
You can certainly do that. What's your next move?
He's gonna be the heroic one and die fighting, but giving everyone else a chance to get away.
I'm aware of probably yelling the car is fixed. You gave us enough time to get back here, because I think you can make it.
Up to you.
Actually, I got an idea. Oh wait, nope, you killed the other guy, so I can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, no, he's gonna keep fighting.
Okay. Presence, security, difficulty 2, in order to engage in a fight enough to distract all these guys and let the other people get away.
Resident security.
Yep.
Hazard awareness focus.
At complication?
I mean, he's definitely going to be aware that this would be a hazard.
Yeah, that's more for like detecting hazards, not being a hazard.
Oof.
Oof. You could try again for diff 3.
Nah.
All right. Did you want to swift or keep?
Hairless one. Press the thing.
Spend to keep and run?
Yeah, that's what I would suggest, because he's buying us time. So let's use the time we have.
He has chosen death. I have not.
Control con diff 2. And this would be to Calder, who's driving.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom.
Mom's car.
Okay, take 3 threat, GM.
All right. Gain 1 momentum as you look behind you as Ildrum is gallantly fighting in these aliens, and it's holding them off. You step on the gas, slowly pulling away down the block, 2 blocks, down the block, 2 blocks, and as you turn the corner, you see that he is shot point blank range in the chest.
Well, he did.
Yeah. Can I start fiddling with my little disruptor pistol, GM?
To do what?
I don't think I'm gonna shoot it, but I'm just gonna make it into a grenade for later. I'm gonna prep a grenade.
Ooh, this will be fun. Control engineering, diff 2, complication 2, because you could blow your fingers off.
Preparation focus. I'm prepping a weapon for future use.
Sadly, yes.
I'm trying to use the preparation talent this guy has.
Yep.
So
Which remind me what that talent does.
when you create an advantage using due to preparation made ahead of time, gain a bonus momentum with success.
Yes.
So I guess that's now or when I used a grenade.
That would be now. You'll just get an extra. Yeah. That'll be an extra momentum at this point.
I hate that 7, so take a threat. An even number. Can't have it. Are you kidding me? It's supposed to be your thing, guy.
Do you have a talent? Sorry.
Do you have a
Value.
value?
Sorry.
I'm gonna use my value. Better to plan ahead. I'm trying.
Yeah.
You may use that to reroll.
Your talent of your value. Yeah, everyone has that talent.
There we go.
There we go. So you gain
Range.
2 momentum off that.
Although it would have been funny to double comp fail and just kill us all.
Oops, sorry. This isn't his body at all. It's just a mock-up.
That's not supposed to beep.
as you have a grenade, a prepped just in case.
Your disruptor's making really weird beeping noises. That's normal, right?
As you careen around the corner and you see the fallout shelter ahead of you. People are already being streamed in. Government officials, and security are trying to keep the peace. And then spending 2 threat. Another airdrop pod drops right between you and the shelter. It is about, it's just down the block, but they're blocking your way.
Are you kidding me?
And out pours out the inky blackness.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I believe.
can
Who's
we-
best at throwing grenades?
Do we even have grenades?
I
You
hand
do
you my
now.
phaser that's overloading.
Grab, throw.
Yeah, I hand you my overloading pistol.
Yeah, I'll grab it and throw it.
Control security div 2.
Take a momentum. Well, I'll take a momentum because I'm going to roll 3 dice.
Okay.
You would.
As with a Hail Mary, you throw this grenade in the middle of this swarm as it's starting to pour out of the drop pod.
That was my grandmother's.
That explains why it overloaded so easily.
As it detonates in furious plasma fire and destroys them, giving you a clear path to the shelter.
Zoom.
You zoom in, press your way into the crowd.
In her car.
Eventually you have to get out of the car, but you're able to. You're not just gonna mow the civilians over. Please tell me you're not gonna. I'll take 4 threat for you to mow the civilians over.
Let's not.
You know,
We'll just Tokyo drift into all of them. It's fine.
there's only room enough in this thing for us.
That music was really loud. I'm sorry. All right, as you're able to press your way in, just behind you, the security people finally say, close it up, as a torpedo streaks across the sky, heading straight for your bunker. The large
Was
heavy
it
doors,
faster?
large heavy doors crawling close on these giant gears. There's the torpedoes streaking through the sky in slow-mo. Suddenly, boom! The doors close, and there's a thunderous earthquake just outside, bringing you all to your knees. And you are locked in. Eventually, you are very quickly processed, given in preparatory medicine, and stripped of all your gear and filed into a large room with cold blue cylinders. You are instructed to lie back, sit down, and wait. Hopefully this will only be a temporary measure, and at most within a month or a year, will be revived.
No. Who's in charge of these devices? Because I don't trust my health like this to just anyone.
It's either that or you can wait outside.
Well,
The cryo
given
containers are
choices.
the cryo containers are the best way to it holds a lot of people for an indeterminate amount of time in small spaces.
Given the choices, I will stay inside, but I will
Eh.
inspect my pod first. You never know how these government pods are, you know?
The pods are perfectly fine.
Okay.
So, Calder, any last thoughts as you are presented to a pod and told to go to sleep? For only a few months, you're assured.
Well, intently thinking time to be 20,000 years older.
As you step into the pod, the lids close, and you feel those cool mists wash over you, and your eyes drift closed as you slip into the deepest, blackest sleep possible, hoping that you'll wake up to see your world saved.
That hairless one, that's not gonna feel great.
No, the cryo containers are kind of 200,000 years later. The camera fades to black, and we return to the present day in the same cyro-crypt as before, deep underneath this temple on this long abandoned planet, where the senior staff of the USS Gungnir look upon the cryopod of their long lost Captain Calder. What do you do?
That's like a Starfleet officer. Strange. Human, even.
Hey, Al, would you look at this? Look who I found.
Yes.
Ash, you're are busy rounding up some of the Gorn ground forces that have thoroughly surrendered now that Starfleet security is here.
I have a strange urge to go help, what's his name, Pack.
Perhaps we should scan this person and compare them with the Federation database, identify whoever this is.
Currently in the chamber is Holana, Elle, and Rost, and Jenna Hall, along with 2 science officers who came down with her.
Al, do you want to check him out and see if he is who he appears to be? And if he is,
I believe Elle is AFK.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yep. But Jenna Hall can certainly do that. She's a scientist.
I'll offer to assist her with her scans. I'm familiar with scanning devices.
And there's her sheet. And this doesn't count as a supporting character because she's kind of there on her own accord.
Allied NPC for the win.
Allied NPC. Yep. Reason science, and we're just doing comparative genetics scan, difficulty 2. And she will definitely take the lead on this since she mains as a science officer. And she does have a focus. All right. And what talents did they give her? Because they gave her some weird talents. And it is too quiet in here.
Shape shifting, Borg nanites. Wait a minute. This is the wrong NPC.
Planetary specialist, determined study and doing scientific extended task and student of war. Okay, so none of those apply. But may she take a momentum for a third dice?
If you allow the assist, she gets a bonus momentum from me because of duty and discipline.
I will allow the assist, and that would, yeah, she could use that as the dice, I believe. Is that kind of that?
It's
the
a bonus
bonus-
momentum that just pops up, so she can spend it on like any other momentum.
Just with the act of you assisting, a bonus momentum pops up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'll allow the assist, so she can get a free dice.
The downside is I assist. I'm not using it. It doesn't stick around. It's a bonus. It just poofs.
But you gain 2 momentum off that. As Lieutenant Commander Hall looks over the data. This is impossible.
No,
This
it
is-
looks right on mine.
This is for sure our commander, Captain Calder. Even has 4 pips. Where did he get that pip from? I'm scanning the temporal data. I'm seeing no signs of time travel on him, but any tachyon radiation would have worn off 200,000 years ago, apparently.
Try a quantum. What's it? You call it a quantum signature check. Make sure they're not a mirror agent or something. He waves. Dismissively.
For our 1 momentum, she can do that.
Sounds worth it to me.
No, this is... No, he matches the quantum signature. Or here, he also matches the quantum signature of this time. So hasn't... There's no temporal... disparate... Yeah, disparate... Or just that...
Disparity?
Disparity. Why am I struggling with that? There's no temporal disparity with him. However...
Displacement.
There's no temporal displacement. However, I've also pulled up his service record, and he was definitely born on Earth, 35 years ago.
Not to be insensitive or anything, but according to the database file, he's listed as deceased, and there was a wake not that long ago. His body was there, wasn't it?
No,
No?
they never recovered his body.
Oh, okay, that makes way more sense.
He went down with the ship.
Oh, well, okay, I've heard Starfleet officers are very inventive in their survival techniques. I've never heard of cryogenically freezing yourself on an alien world to do it, but he looks around like, someone.
Well, the
please
enemy
explain how
ship
this
had the
is."
ability to time travel, so that may have had something to do with it.
Oh, joy. All right, so it's plausible that this is him, and what we're scanning is real. And does anyone know how to work a cryogenic pod from wherever this is?
I think you should be asking whenever this is.
Yeah.
At this point, Ash, you finish his handcuffing and beaming up the ground forces back to the Gungnir, and you're able to walk in the cryo chamber.
Well, the trash has been. What? Is that?
Yeah, it appears to be. We just did a genetic and a quantum scan on him from this universe, from this timeline and everything.
What? Okay.
Well, you fine folk are the ones with the advanced training. How do we wake someone out of a cryo sleep without, them getting frostbite or something?
Hall steps back and rubs her forehead. I suppose I can get the ecliptic in gear, set up the modular labs to dethaw someone. We'll have to study their technology, figure out exactly their cryo method and how to reverse it safely. Be a long road, but I have faith we can do it.
Seems rather primitive way to put someone in stasis. I thought this wasn't used anymore. Then again, who knows who made this?
I think the technology's local, or at least was local 200,000 years ago. It's also contemporary with some of the ruins we found.
Do we have any access to their computers? Perhaps we could get an instruction booklet. How to dethaw your citizenry. Step 1, do not press the red button, and so forth.
I'll have to check with the archaeology teams, but so far we've found any working computer systems besides this. So we could start looking around for that.
I might suggest it, unless you wish to turn this into a long-form xenological archaeological survey.
Why were
He looks around just amazed, like, what in the world is going on? What happened?
Why were the Gorn aren't attacking? What? I mean, this is interesting now, but before, this was just a simple archaeology dig. Did they have a reason to come here?
Is this planet within the, do finger quotes, Gorn claim space?
As far as we know, no.
And I can confirm on our records, our current diplomatic status is friendly. Very many treaties have very painstakingly laid out where they've claimed their space. The last time we had a big conflict about that was when constitutions were a thing.
Well, the Gorn were coming here, so either they wanted the captain or something else related.
Why don't we
You
go
don't
ask
steal
them?
You don't steal a battle cruiser and risk painful dismemberment for an archaeological dig.
Unless it's very valuable.
He nods.
Well, this just became valuable, but we barely heard about it. Well,
I suggest we go ask politely.
sure. You ask politely. Meanwhile, I guess me and my crew will start figuring out how to dethaw these people. Any assistance I can get from the Gungnir would be appreciated. Lieutenant L.
What was that?
Any assistance we can get on figuring out how to reverse this cryogenic process would be helpful. If you and your science
Absolutely.
department would help.
Absolutely.
Is Bradford still in charge of your goddamn ship?
Yes.
Hopefully not for much longer. I'll put in the cryopod.
You haven't given me and Ash a chance to stage a revolt yet.
Wow, the machines in here are really loud. It's hard to overhear the strange mutterings of Starfleet officers.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pretend I didn't hear that either. But off the record,
That's out of character, anyways.
It would be funny if it was in character.
Would've
So I
been.
rolled with it. I was like, "Oh."
That's fine. Off the record, I kind of want to say let him down gently because I know he won't take it well. But if you don't, could you record it?
I've had
Suspects.
boxes replicated for him since the moment the Admiral told us who was in charge.
I don't know. He seems like a good listener. That's the only thing I could say good about him at the moment, but I've only just met him for the last few days. Speaking of interrogating the dim-witted, I would be willing to assist with the speaking with the Gorn and remind them of that there are certain amnesty that could be offered if they are smart enough to assist the Federation in its lawful duties within its borders.
Yeah, sure.
And Ross, where would you be headed?
I think I'll see if I can assist with the thawing process.
All right, as you guys take off to look through the site, see if you can find any active records or computers. Meanwhile, the diplomatic attaché and security officer came up to the ship.
So I'm assuming you'd like to be the good cop. If this assumption is wrong, I apologize.
I don't know if my version of the good cop routine is quite the same as yours. On Cardassia, one would simply be hitting you, and the other one would be telling you why you should confess. So, with a very threatening tone. And so, probably best that we do it the Starfleet way rather than the Klingon or Cardassian way.
I don't know, that sounds kind of fun, but,
Unfortunately, unfortunately illegal in this part of space.
Yeah, exactly, laws. So,
It's only legal if you get caught. I mean, what?
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm
God,
not going
you're
to perjure
wrong.
myself. And I'd get a plea deal. Poor Starfleet officer made me do it.
As you make your way to the brig. And you get there, and there are a good 60 Gorn or in these cells lining both sides. Several of them look to be a kind of smaller, more or lizard or like, and they have the patented Gorn or an eye cover devices, as they give them an insectoid look. And the rest, up to 45 of them, are these big, hulking, 2-meter tall, massive of Gorn that look ready for a fight. And some of them have been in a fight.
Well, kind of walk into the brig. Maybe it's just a Starfleet thing. No matter what Starfleet ship I've ever been on, they've never made the brig large enough.
They
Although
make
you
the
are
holodeck
impressed-
larger.
Although you are impressed that this one is larger than the previous ship.
Yeah, still not big enough though.
No.
It's never big enough. Well,
Yeah,
If
these
you start
Gorn are
with-
kind of packed in 3 to 4 to a cell.
I'm okay with that. Well, should we start with their commanding officer?
Yes, I would suggest that perhaps we bring him into a interrogation chamber. A conference room or office.
questioning chamber. I
Yes.
think it's appropriate term. Yeah. Come on, big guy.
As the brig officer turns off the force field and yeah, about relatively that big to you. The Gorn steps out, ducks his head underneath the door, and very politely he walks down with you to a secure interview cell.
Nice. Well, this one seems to know when his fight is over. That's good.
Speak. Says in
Why?
a low, grumbling voice.
Why were you at this planet?
We were paid.
By who?
Someone, and with a lot of Latin.
For what purpose?
To complete a mission.
What mission?
The one we were paid to do.
What was that mission you were paid to do? You can keep going around as much as you want. I have all day.
Unfortunately, the captain here does not, since, well, if the Gorn hegemony demands that we turn over a pirate and thief of naval property, he will see himself in several pieces across the hegemony as an example to others. Of course, if he was cooperative, I think I could possibly see that amnesty papers are drawn up, but that is at your discretion, of course, Lieutenant, and the wisdom of this large and imposing Gorn.
It's a very valid point.
He smiles.
President's Command difficulty 2 to kind of wedge him in on this. Ash, you can assist. As you're playing Cop Pat Cop.
One of these days we'll have to try the Cardassian version.
Note to self, allow Cardassian interrogation. Got it.
Yeah.
I follow my employer's rules, unfortunately. I mean, so yeah, bargaining talent to allow reroll on my social conflict with this person.
Yeah, you are basically giving him amnesty in exchange for information.
I'm teasing amnesty. I haven't offered nothing yet. No, but I know what you mean.
Yep.
Spending a momentum to gain a die, I believe, because that's what I do. Yep. Diplomacy or galactic politic focus.
Galactic politics.
And that was presence security.
Presence command.
Command. Oh, didn't need the reroll anyway.
Unless you want to fish.
Nah, I'm good.
Kotaz, honestly, you're alive.
Of course, I'm too stubborn to die. He does.
All right, gain a momentum. For some reason, he does not flinch at the a notion of the hegemony's capital punishment. He merely says, "I do not wish to be under the heel of the Federation or the hegemony."
Who said anything about joining the Federation? Amnesty could involve your safe transportation into the arms of the Federation and possible transportation elsewhere. Say Tellurian Republic or the Ferengi are always hiring for security. Or you can take your chances with the hegemony and be under their heel for stealing their property and possibly causing a war with the Federation, which I'll admit is not a smart move. Especially if it's for just a couple slips of mere latinum.
We were not paid it in mere slips.
Oh, bricks then. Did you know that stolen monies used in criminal activities can be seized by the Federation? You know, if we find it on your ship or if we tell
No, I was
hegemony
just
where it
thinking
is.
the same thing.
Do you know several bricks could, help you buy a starship or your own
Small
Maybe
moon,
if-
perhaps.
Oh, yeah. But all that gone, impoverished and left on his own. But,
Put to the good use of the Federation, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm sure
Or
we could.
he could keep it, but he'd have to cooperate, right? So,
Of course, we wouldn't want all that going to waste.
yeah.
We were given the
we could get a
mission
new
to.
shuttle for that.
We were given the mission to come alongside this cruiser and help them secure this system. They had business here. They paid well. We did not ask questions.
He to come along the cruiser, so you're not in command of the cruiser then.
No, I was in command of one of the raiders.
May we have the name of the cruiser captain that you were to work with?
There was no name given. Again, he paid very well for discretion.
So the cruiser
Almost.
captain paid.
Almost too well.
So this cruiser captain's the one that paid?
A third party paid.
In what manner did they pay you? Digitally? In person? With small bovines, perhaps? Jingling keys?
Half in bars, half digitally.
Ah, where'd you pick up these bars? Remember, full cooperation is required for any possible deals. If you lie or omit any information, that will be construed as hindering an investigation. I think the lieutenant here, I think at that point, my intervention here as a civilian will have to stand aside to the tender mercies of Starfleet security, seizing everything you have. So please
He's
speak,
going
Colonel.
to make a roll to attempt to remember, but been a while, and he wasn't really paying attention to the chart, so this is gonna be a difficulty 4 roll for him. He's rolling difficulty 4 reason con. He has a 10 in reason and 2 in con.
May I assist him as he mumbles around some words, like insight con or something? Like I help guess where he's going?
Yes, you can assist with insight con.
And my talents don't help because he's not my superior. He's a prisoner. So
He is definitely beneath you in terms of hierarchy.
Can I assist by, putting the fear of losing everything he's ever owned and ever will own?
Fear's not the issue. He just literally forgot. He's trying to recall
but-
scraps information.
It'll make you remember real quick.
None of the information wasn't encoded in your brain. All right. Don't have a focus. Since this is an act that is helping you, he could take a momentum for a third dice.
that sounds worth it to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of bending the rules a little bit, but I think that makes sense. Outside of my skull. All right. He's rolling 3
it lines
dice.
up with the book. Allies use your momentum rather than threat. Well, allies, quote unquote.
Allies in finger quotes. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't make that roll.
No idea. It was somewhere up near Klingon space, but on this side of the border, we think. Somewhere, but it was a good couple days travel away from the Gorn border itself.
Did you go there in your raider?
We did.
Okay, so it's. I looked to the lieutenant. It's likely it's in their nav computer or stored
I
away.
agree. We can also have a little chat with his pilot.
Nod.
I'm hopeful he'll be of more use.
Hopefully, you can end this investigation soon.
Yes.
Someone
We
who
wouldn't want
pays
your latinum to depreciate.
someone who pays that much latinum and for our 2 raider ships and a couple ground crews generally do not want to see their investment go awry.
That might have been something you should have considered beforehand.
What is your
Insight-
name again for the record?
Insight Security Insight Security Div 2.
I am assisting you, I think, here.
Focus in people reading or anti-piracy?
People rating.
I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna give you a threat, actually. Forgot I had bold for a second.
I'm reaching on that. 100% reaching.
That's a reach. I'm not gonna allow that. But you do gain a momentum. For someone who is thoroughly caught red-handed by the Federation and has every single right to be turned over or to the Gorn hegemony to face a horrific capital punishment, he is extraordinarily calm. Almost calm to the fact that he doesn't think that being torn limb from limb or being a prisoner for the rest of life is in his future.
You seem to be very friendly. I imagine you must have a lot of friends back in the hegemony who are just waiting for you to come back. Anyone in the upper hegemony, perhaps? Relations, perhaps?
One who takes my line of work generally does not have handholds to pull themselves higher in the hegemony.
Generally.
Why is it you seem to be under the impression that you think no wrong's going to come to you? Who gave you that false impression?
The person who dropped 90 bars of latinum to buy the services of one raider. For comparisons, and can do insight or reason con difficulty 2. Kind of get an idea of how much that is.
Kind of a stretch, but you have to know money to know how pirates operate. Anti-piracy?
Yeah, I'll accept that. Because you have to know money and the value of things.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the diff was, but
Diff 3.
oh,
Because stretching it that high of a Oops. I didn't give you the
Whatever.
dip beforehand, so you can buy extra dice if you want
I was gonna do one
with momentum.
momentum. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Nice.
dice.
Good dice. Gain that momentum back. And one more for an extra question. All right. So, given the crew complement of this, its cruiser, and the ship itself, that was about a bar of latinum and per crew person, and 15 for the ship. So a total of 90 bars per ship. You could buy one of these ships for about 30 bars. For grunts, which are most of these people are, you can get them like one slip for one day. Some of the technicians, engineers, pilots, that kind of stuff, maybe 5 slips a day, maybe for a trained officer. So just running the math through your head, these guys overcharge by a factor of 50 to 100 times what the worth of these guys' labor were.
Gorn are cheap. We need to get some Gorn. That's
Like-
how we
like-
got Zogar. We just pay him nothing.
Yeah, whoever paid for this is for this crew overcharged by a heck of a lot.
Such massive amounts of money being moved around. That's not something that goes unnoticed by people in certain sectors.
Hmm.
Do you have any contacts in such sectors? I can certainly feel around. Know any Ferengis by chance?
No. He lies.
I was more looking at my acquaintance here.
Holana, do you have any acquaintances with Ferengi?
For it isn't listed in my backstory in particular, but I have worked with Klingons and Cardassians in the weapons trade and
Or-
smuggling and whatnot.
Okay, that seems fair. For 2 momentum, and you can have a particular contact that might be of interest in this.
Sure.
You
Can't hurt
happen to
give
know
it a try.
someone, a Ferengi, who would totally have something to do with this. Yep, advantage. I know a guy.
I believe there's someone we can contact. I imagine he didn't suddenly get into trading flowers the minute the Dominion War ended, so we could probably call him up. Who knows? Maybe he's looking for new Gorn raiders who are about to be deprived of all their latinum in their ship. I think we should bring him back to his cell. I don't think he's gonna be. He's not cooperating enough. I don't think.
I agree. Maybe we should get his XO and his pilot in here. They might be more. They might be able to recall more useful information.
That's true.
Well, Crewman, get him out of here.
And again, politely, he kind of saunters back to his cell, following the crewman's orders. Exo or pilot first, or both together?
No, not together.
Not
They can
together, no.
collaborate. They can assist each other with lies and stuff. That's bad for
Mhm.
us. Not that Gorn are great at it, but still. Probably the
we-
pilot, because that's the next thing we're really
Yeah.
caring about.
We're the only ones who get the assist here.
All right. Takes
exactly.
a little bit to find out who the pilot is. No one's quite fessing up, but then, and one of the shorter or more lanky Gorn come out. Yes.
You're the pilot of the Gorn Raider.
I am.
Well, we want to ask you a few questions. I hope your memory is good.
I'll have to say that my memory has been failing me in my old age, but I'll recall whatever is profitable.
Did you know that one of the greatest crimes in the United Federation of Planets is piracy and invasion of a member world? And I think the charge for that usually is several years in a penal colony where you don't make any profit. You just reflect upon your mistakes in life and how to fly a kite, perhaps enjoy windsurfing. But no profit, just sitting there uselessly, getting older, and losing contact with your buddies back home.
In fact,
Or-
I
Oh, yes, go ahead.
heard they initiated a new program. You work to beautify the campus that you're located on for absolute no pay.
Or you could have really good memory.
Yes.
You tell us.
These terms you give seem a mite more profitable than death.
Yes, but we can help you escape death. Besides, maybe the penal colony will be, I don't know, near a border somewhere where certain Nausicaan pirates may go. It's hard to say, sometimes slots fill up.
Yes.
What do you wish?
Oh, you're smart. So, you made up a pickup for some shipment of latinum? You want to know
Correct.
where?
And when?
It's a big galaxy.
You have a big brain.
You better.
Yeah, he's not willing to give up that information. He's really he clammed up and trying to be super evasive about this. After you talk with him for a few minutes, it's gonna take like a difficulty 6 presence command roll. It'll push this guy over. Although you can adjust that roll by making advantages of sorts.
One advantage I could present to you, especially if you're leading there, bud, is I can spend 2 momentum to create the advantage that you have a brief on Gorn culture. And that's a standing advantage. Not me telling you just then, but it's one of the briefings I would have sent to you as a attaché.
Right.
So that knocks it down theoretically to 5.
Yep.
If you talent, God dang it, value it, that brings it. It's possibly another 2. We're looking at a div 3 with my assist. I think we could do it.
Yeah, I think so.
One problem: you only have 1 momentum on the table.
If I'm assisting, I generated a bonus momentum, so we can spend that 1 plus the 1 there.
Okay. Yep, that could do it.
Dang.
What's your
You
thought?
see why I really
forward
wanted
to
to
that.
assist.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
was really
thought?
looking forward to that Cardassian technique, but I guess we could do it this way.
How do you want to do this roll?
Let's follow. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's follow that suggestion. I like it.
Okay, so you're leading, and you have the advantage of knowledge of Gorn
Culture.
government, Gorn culture and government. So that brings the difficulty 5 to really pry this guy open.
Value. Let's see here. Responsibility to the truth. I have to get the truth out of this guy.
Yes.
Oop. And this is present security, right?
For you, it could be present security.
Cool.
Do you wish to roll additional dice?
Yes.
Just to clinch it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another 2 threat by the look of it.
Yeah. Especially for that reroll. Mainly for that reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Got high stuff. Just because I really want this and we can use some momentum, I'm gonna. No, because I'm only rolling 3 dice. Never mind. That's it.
Okay. 3 dice. Shlana. There we go. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It takes a little bit of wheeling and dealing. Thankfully, a ash you remember, or a seminar that happened about a week ago, going over some of the broader strokes of Gorn culture, and you use that as leverage, especially since this pilot appears to be of one of the lower caste. You're able to use that as leverage just to get him to talk, and eventually pull you over to the map. My messy map.
Oh, I see what you've done. Cool.
Yep. You guys are.
Ping. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, you guys are over here around Beta Pravonis. Here's the Gorn Ronnie. Way up north is the Klingon. And it is one sector or above the Beta Javon sector. Up here, one sector or up. He gives you coordinates. Yep, off the map. I don't feel like I'm pulling out the big map now because that takes a while to load.
That's fine. When did this meeting take place?
It is officially in the UFP. It's on the UFP east side of the border, just barely. And it was in the middle of nowhere. This meeting took place approximately 2 weeks ago. So while the Gungnir was still in dock being finalized.
Did anything? Let me run this by you. How do you feel like creating an advantage that little guy here is more perceptive than he let on? Just maybe he noticed something the captain didn't. Is that possible? He noticed something that might be beneficial.
Not much to notice. Yes, it was a dead drop in the middle of cold space.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Actually, I'll walk that back. There is one thing he can tell you for 2 momentum.
Easy spend. That's a totally easy spend.
Actually, when we got there was, in order to beam into our cargo bay, we had a difficulty getting a transporter lock. There was an unusual radiation around the crates. We had
radiation.
We had to compensate for it. I remember being annoyed at the prospect of hanging out for much longer in the middle of nowhere.
See?
Unfortunately, I could not tell you what that at radiation is. It is. I was not working the controls. I just remember hanging in station keeping with the crates for a long period of time as we sorted it out.
Do you know who recognized the radiation scan? Like who in particular? Was it a ship scan or a particular officer or crewman?
It was a particular crewman as they were attempting to activate the transporter. Something about tachyon out, something like that.
Well, Lieutenant, I believe once this very fine memoried individual tells us the name of this person, we can speak to them next.
I agree. And then maybe we can find this individual brig with a little more room.
Very well. And he gives you the name of the Gorn, and that he is escorted back, and a totally different person who doesn't totally look the same. It's kind of hard to tell because Gorn faces, but
The way
he
the
has
brig was good.
no, it's a different individual. Oh, it takes you a
Same
second,
token.
but yeah, same token. He has different facial markings.
By the way, the slightly larger room is just the same room we just took this one guy out of.
Nice.
More space. About 10 minutes.
This guy is quite jittery and sort of like, okay, I'm okay. I'll tell you anything. I don't want to die. Please don't extradite me.
Good.
Alana just folds his arms like, oh, I don't even have to intimidate this guy. Okay.
Tell us in exacting detail the interference you discovered when attempting to beam over the crates.
Crates? What? Oh, you mean the dead drop a couple weeks ago?
I do.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It appeared to be.
Before you begin, the exacting detail will determine how the extradition goes. If it goes at all.
Tetron radiation, and we detected 50 ergs is the detected 50 ergs of tetron radiation permeating the object. It appeared to have absorbed it from a background radiation source, and it was just off feeding it. It took us a while to compensate for it less as we beam it aboard, and the latinum phased through the crates, rendering both inert. And he gives you he gives you a Tetrion waveform.
I'll forward that to L. Yeah, no.
It is absolute Greek to you. You're like, that is a pretty picture. I have no idea what that is.
No, actually, I think the universal translator can handle Greek. I don't know what this is. This is Tholian.
Yeah, unless you have like a science of horror hider, this just went whooshing over your head.
My science is a 1. I'm like, I've heard of Tetrion before.
You're like, particles and waves? How does a particle have a frequency? Wait, particles and waves at the same time. Like, you're still struggling with that level of science.
The only particle I know is nadions. That's because I shoot them.
Yeah,
I
particle
don't know how
wave
they work. They just shoot.
Yeah, particle wave duality is fuzzy to you, let alone subspace He's Tetrion frequency.
I'm
Did
just
you
gonna
happen-
hold the pad over. Like, do you know what any of this means?
I've read briefings that lightly touched on tetrions, but it's very specific, high-level scientific threats, usually navigational in nature. I'd have to go over the files to see who would use it on a regular basis, but this definitely isn't normal Klingon or Gorn technology. That I can tell you off the top of my head. Anything
Sorry, I
further than
believe I
that,
cut you off.
you need someone with an academy degree. So, in the sciences.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you see anything? Did you get a good scan, perhaps, of the crate itself? What it's made of? What it may have reminded you of? Strange material makeup.
Standard cargo crate, unmarked. Latinum was unmarked.
Wow.
Insight security diff 2. Diff 1. Yeah, it's diff 1.
Site security, you say?
Oh my Jesus.
I can't help you with that.
Wow. Wow.
Rolling separately though, right? Oh my god.
Oh my.
It's 220s too. Oh my. I think let's play D&D now.
I am not sure what the heck to do with this.
I'm
So-
looking at my normals, so give me a second before you do.
You can always
Uh,
get 4 threat out of it if we can't do anything.
Yeah.
4 threat's quite a bit to gain out of nowhere.
I believe I have a milestone from a course is prepared that would apply here. I think it's that one.
What was the
Yeah.
situation surrounding that?
That's the problem. Which one? What was the objects maybe closer than they appear? Which one is that one?
Oh, that was the one where you almost blew the crap out of the rampart. Where the rampart was
Oh,
disguised as
okay,
a
then
Dawn
that
ship.
does apply. That does apply then, because during that mission we were interacting with that Undalin who was lying the whole time,
Yeah.
and I believe I caught many of them.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes, I will allow that.
Hey,
Aw.
that was just.
I wanted
balls.
that 4 threat. Can I have it back?
No.
You had your
That-
chance. You threw goo at us earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 1 threat, and there's a temporal paradox. Nope, that ship's not here.
Not again. Red alert.
Yeah, specifically, the ship has to be in the scene for that to happen. Gain 1 momentum and 1 bonus momentum. Yeah, unmarked arc bars are they are used, but they're kind of highly sus. Usually they have a maker's mark on them saying, hey,
Hard to use, right?
hard to use officially, but you can laundry them or just
Mhm.
stamp them with a fake mark.
Also, you have the risk of if there's no maker's mark, it's entirely possible there's nothing in there.
It's fake, yeah.
It's just
yeah.
hollow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maker's mark.
Or you
arc-
know, there's some useless thing in there, like
yeah, maker's mark arc signifies that hey, it was made at this location. It should have this much latinum in it. We assure you of that. If there's any issues, is call this number.
There's
I really
only-
hope their latinum's full of mercury.
For the bonus momentum and the one we just got, can we have the advantage that by accident, that narrows it down significantly who would be trading in that, because only certain people, even in the black market, would use that.
Yeah.
I'll allow
Like,
that.
it doesn't give us an answer, but it narrows the field down the line.
It narrows the field
Yeah.
significantly to where there's only a handful of people who would be using that much latinum, might have an interest in this, and yeah, just like all the Venn diagrams kind of narrowed down to 4 or 5 people.
I typed out on the pad and I showed that to the lieutenant. I think we have our leads.
Good to you next week.
Do you have any more questions for this individual?
Just your name for the record, otherwise we're okay, but we have that, but thank you for your cooperation. And actually, Lieutenant, I might suggest, given how helpful he was, he might be better off in a secure quarter away from the rest of the prisoners, for his own safety, if nothing else.
I agree. He could stay in here. We'll have a cop brought in.
Spending 2 threat for raisins.
May I possibly have an insight security roll regarding my suspicious by nature? Because I tend to detect hidden enemies, traps, or other forms of danger.
That's cool.
It is not a danger to your personal body, or not a danger to yourself.
And okay, so there's no trap here or danger to me or hidden.
There's no trap here. There's no danger here to yourself.
He's
or
not going to
anyone
do
else.
something to us or
No.
or to the ship. Cool.
Nope.
That was
No.
what I was worried about. Yeah, Asham gives him a look for a second, like he feels something off, and then he just dismisses it, like, oh, just Cardassian twitchiness.
Yep, Cardassian twitchiness.
Like, oh, I got a bad feeling. Oh well, don't worry about it.
To give him secure our corridors, let's make that present security a difficulty 2, just to set the advantage that, hey, he has private secure quarters where he's not going to get mugged.
And it's bare bones. The best way I can describe it.
Yeah. I mean, it's bare bones, but it's secure, and he doesn't have enemies in there.
Well, I
But it's
mean,
just-
no
It has
stray materials he could use as weapons, anything like that. I don't think he's suicidal, but the thing he'd hang himself on.
Yeah, there's a bed and a chair, if that. No shoelaces, that kind of stuff.
The bed's just a mat on the floor.
Yeah, all that. So, Div 2 present security. Do call ahead and have that set up.
Go ahead.
Assisting you, because you are the security guys. Well, the one I give you for assisting, +1. The squash. Dang it. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
As the two of you kind of have cross channels, and Ash is all worried about security and making sure that there's no possible things that could be turned into weapons and all this stuff, and Polana is like, no, let's make it nice, and give him access to a menu and maybe some replicator rights, you're kind of crossing channels, and there's a little bit of disagreement on that, but finally you get nice secure air quarters for this guy.
Some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, crewmen don't even get that.
I suppose that would be construed as bribery, right? Never mind.
Yes.
And but Polana, you're thinking like, no, I'm just trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to be friendly to a new person.
That's what they said we have to do in orientation, right? We're required to do that, aren't we?
You went to
No.
orientation?
And it is at this point that you don't get a full red alert, but you do get an alarm from the brig.
Yes. Pull up my Yushana running.
A fight is breaking out.
Halana, he's way too happy about this.
You are way too happy about this. Let's see.
It's been so long.
I don't get a focus, but yeah. I get at least 2 of these. And one more. Oh no. And good luck, guy. Got this. This is the defense. You don't got this. All right, so that is like 3 momentum over against those opposed rolls. As it is about this point that you run in, and the poor pilot who was as helpful and eventually he talked is yeah, he's not in a good place. Let's see, thugs. Let's see, 1. 2. All right, he takes 3 stress, but at this guy's eyes still up as your pilot is just getting pinned against the wall, and 2 of the larger guys are just clawing at him, and one of them is biting him in the shoulder, and they're going for blood at this point.
Well, a motion for one of them to lower the force field so I can step inside.
Sure, buddy.
I'm absolutely not afraid of Gorn.
No, you are not. All right. They already took their turn, so you can step in.
Lightly pat them on the back
And let's.
with a U shot.
All right. Opposed during security. Let's see
That's
if
up
you
to
can
you,
say.
though, if you want help or not.
Yeah, I mean, I have my security team advantage, I think. I just have to remember to use it.
Yes, you do. You're on the
Oh,
bridge. You
okay,
can have
sorry.
security team advantage.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, don't spend.
I
that.
just
I
never
didn't
remember.
have- for some- I was like, do you have that? I don't know if you have that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Opposed during security. I'll color these guys really quick, but red,
Only if it's
blue,
with crayon.
Yeah.
orange,
Crayons.
and purple.
Say something. I forgot what it was. Oh well. I have a focus. Take a threat. Go to sleep.
I'll spend it right back.
I forgot what I was gonna say. That must not have been important. Oh yeah, I remember. I just-
Security team advantage.
I'll just say there's none of that in my break.
Good luck,
Gets
boy.
a lot of practice on tendons.
You gain 2 momentum. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, 99.
That is, yeah, that's vicious night.
That's what is it called? Multi-target? Take half damage to the one beside him. If
Okay.
I need to, I'll pop a pierce on there.
Secondary target.
There you
Secondary
go.
target, 1 momentum, and then that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
It's 5.
Half is 5.
I don't know if they have resistance. If they do, I'll pop a pierce.
They do not have resistance.
Well, then I'll use that security team advantage.
Okay.
Can I use that to swift task?
I
don't know.
don't think I don't think you can.
I don't
It's
think
more
I
of-
can. It's just a
it's
negative
more
one,
of-
isn't it?
Yeah, it's just -1 to task or +1 to their task.
Okay.
It would help when you do the swift task. It's like it'll balance out.
Yeah,
the
it'll
cost,
take out. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll spend 2 momentum to swift task and do it again.
Okay. And security teams at this point rush in and come in with stun batons.
Take your threat.
I will spin it right back. Good luck, boy. Ooh,
It's a tie.
nice.
Oh well, no, it's not because
Nope.
security team.
Security team balances out the resistance. So, no, it is a tie. Because security team
With
counteracts
increased
the swift
difficulty.
attack.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
I am going to re-roll my entire dice pool using the Yushan talent.
go ahead.
All right, you actually
And
know how to use
Dorn.
an Enchantor.
Oh yeah.
That's a great talent for endurance.
Since I was a wee babe. Oh, that's better. That's better.
Owie. Do not like.
One momentum to reroll 3.
5, 6, 7, 8. Looking at 8 stress. What are you talking about? 9, 10,
And
12.
2
Oh, I see what
momentum
you're
to yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. And my last 2 momentum to make it hit the other guy and just finish this. Yeah, because I had to get to 10.
Right.
As within swift order, you manage to whip chain your way through these guys.
Why do people continue to test me?
I suppose at
Let's
this
get
point
you
you
to
call out.
med bay.
Yep. Yep. The fight ends quite suddenly as you saw within like 2 moves. It was Ash just chains through 2 and then 4 or Gorn. The engineer, the Gorn pilot is severely injured, but with proper medical attention, you can make it. Along with the 4 bozos who started this thing.
Out of the
They're-
brig.
As they're laying on
Laying
the
in bed. Yeah.
Yeah. They're laying on the floor,
Let-
moaning, regretting their life decisions.
The front of the brig, let the med teams go in there and do their thing. I was wipe off my Yushan.
I believe that poor man just got himself his own quarters, and these 4 have, well, let's just say I don't think the diplomatic corps is going to be in a rush to help them.
Yes.
He kind of glares at the idiots, like, all you have to do is sit there and be good little prisoners, but no, you have to start stuff.
Well, I believe you have a Ferengi to contact, and I have a list of contacts to go through. Or a list of suspects to go through.
I'll be in my quarters, and I'll see about contacting them.
Do you not have an office?
Hmm?
Do you not have an office?
I do, yes, but if I'm gonna make this kind of call, perhaps I shouldn't do it within the confines of a Federation-appointed office space.
Just checking.
Unless you're
No.
offering the use of your security quarters for contacting a known criminal who may or may not still have ongoing warrants.
If you think that would be beneficial, you can do so.
Oh, thank you.
My office is 3rd door on the right. Don't touch my blades.
I have my fair. I've been well acquainted enough with blades for a lifetime. I'll be fine.
And with that, you step off to the office.
Yep.
And Elle had to step out because of internet issues, so I'm gonna have to ad-lib a lot of this.
Well, if it's simplified, we can send it off to science lady.
The ecliptic.
There you go.
Jenna
I forgot
Hall.
her name. Jenna Hall. Yeah.
Jenna Hall.
Elle's busy.
Yeah, Elle is busy going through the crypt along with Hall. Hall is busy coordinating with the Ecliptic, trying to figure out how to get these pods to where they need to be, and how to have a catching area for awakened people. Ross, what would you be doing at the time?
I intended to be helping with the thawing of Calder. So I don't know if there's anything from an engineering standpoint I can do. Maybe try and figure out the mechanics or the electronics of the device he's been frozen in.
It is are doing this hands on engineering, old, alien, and then really old. Reason engineering difficulty 4, complication 3 to kind of go through, get your hands on this material, and kind of goes, okay, so this button does that wire goes there, this circuit seems to be doing this thing, and just slowly piecing together the operations of this.
Okay, let's see. I guess I'll need Lev to assist.
Yep, you can activate 8 left. He beams down. Calder, if you can take left's F sheet and roll for him. Since your character is kind of on ice at the moment.
Oops, changed the name there.
Okay, give me a minute.
Yep.
So is left leading or assisting?
Assisting.
Okay. Did you all do all?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Good.
I didn't switch the name back before, so I noticed that.
Okay, so with will troubleshooting be used as a focus?
Yes. Luckily,
Don't
you
know
didn't.
why. Okay, continue.
Luckily, you didn't and complicated and pulled a circuit you weren't supposed to. But this is old, decrepit, electronics. Some of the things are not working like they're supposed to anymore, and you can't tell what their original function was.
I think the real cool question is whether you spend any dice for the goal, with it being diff 4.
Ross, would you like to try again?
We have any momentum? I think we're out, aren't we?
We're out of
have
momentum.
threat,
There's
we
an
have
infinite amount of
but
threat.
if you let left lead, he is bold.
Oh, I am bold as well. I forgot about that.
Okay, then you lead.
I'm going to spend 2 threat to increase the complication range to 4. So, reason engineering and diff 4, complication 4.
All right, I'll spend a threat.
Spending 1 threat for guys, like a 4th.
Yeah, I think
go
I'll go
for it.
crazy.
Yes, go crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
Womp womp womp. As you take another crack at this,
Can I give my determination to Goss?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'll use my determination to re-roll that. Other cultures.
yeah, it's another culture's engineering. As your hand and reaches into something and it starts sparking across your metal probe, and there's a little bit of a cascade, and there's like the start of a cascade fail. You're like, no, you pull it out and hold your breath, wait a minute, and nothing else seems to fail. And a bead of sweat just drips down your brow as you were really close to shorting out this entire bank and possibly putting all of these cryo people in distress. However, in learning that you do find the control mechanisms and stuff required to get these people out.
Yeah, I think I can hotwire this thing.
Yep. Don't that page anymore. Doing some math here. All right, so yeah, we'll just do this. Med. Sigh. It's gonna take a while to do this, but you think you can do this? Especially with all the help you have. All right, as we're going to be doing an extended task, control med, assisted by one vessel's computer science, assisted by one person's control engineering. Difficulty 4, complication range 3, magnitude 3, word track 17, and a resistance of 3. As these are really old, really delicate devices that you're trying to get. To Commander Hall says that at the modular labs on the Ecliptic are ready to assist with this.
Okay, so for control med, I guess do we have a dock that we can use for the EMH or?
Yep, you have a doc or you also have a nurse. Or if you want to activate the EMH. Lieutenant Raz is the doc or nurse.
Okay, Lieutenant Raz.
Okay. If someone wants to pull up, Ash, are you back?
Yep.
I'm just
Cool.
looking up Raz here.
Yeah.
You want me to grab
Either pull up either Raz or the EMH.
Okay, let's see here. What kind of focuses would come into play here?
If you had cryogenics, that would be amazing, but I might be able to talk into surgery.
Well, look at that. Look at the little hairy dude right there. We should just wake him up.
It looks like Raz has got medicine 5 versus 4 for the EMH. So that's
Yeah,
probably
I'm thinking it's gonna be Raz.
What focuses does Raz have?
Triage, emergency medicine, and radiobiology.
Yeah, I don't think he would have any.
Well, he can have a new focus at the end of the episode, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, Raz would be leading this.
Oh. My bad.
Yep. So, do you wish to purchase this?
In that case, yeah. In that case, it would be do you have any rerolls or anything?
He's got chief of staff.
Yeah, which is for him assisting.
Or yeah, a medical. Oh, has to lead on this.
Okay, well then he buy 3 dice.
3 dice with Brett. All right.
Yes.
And
to make
then-
it 4. It'd be 4 total, but I already rolled 1.
Yep, 4 total. And then Left and Ross can assist. You do get an assist from the Ecliptic. I can roll that.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
I think the one I want. Okay. Ross
so
can
it's-
assist, Left can assist, and I'll get the Ecliptic.
So is that 1 dice each?
1 dice each.
Okay.
And then one for one for Left. Left. It's Left.
There's Left.
Excellent. And here is the ecliptic. That is 4, 5, 6, 7 on a diff 4, but you have an advantage. Advantage of the modular labs, so diff 3. So that is 4 momentum and generated. Go ahead and roll 7 challenge dice.
Does it matter who does that, or
Ash, roll 7 challenge dice.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted me to or who.
I should just start calling out names and pointing at people.
Oh
Yeah.
man, if only we had vicious. 6.
So that 6 minus 3 is 3. So you have 3 work on the table.
1 for Pierce.
Okay, so Pierce is just minus
It's
2.
just
All right,
yeah, so it's a breakthrough at least.
that is at least a breakthrough. As unsurprisingly, the first person and you attempt to revive is Commander Calder, or Captain Calder. From your perspective, you close your eyes, and now you feel a warm mist rolling over you, and you open your eyes, and you're in the sickbay of a Federation starship with familiar smiling faces standing over you.
hey, boss, how you feeling?
Doing fine.
So, where you been?
20,000 years in the past.
$20,000 years in the past. Well, that must have been interesting.
Yeah, and if you're wondering how I got there, blame Q.
Ah, well, that figures. And just for my own curiosity, I'm going to be trying to telepathically, verify if this seems like the Calder that I knew.
You worked for Calder for a while. Also, Insight Command or Medicine in Diff 1. Calder, are you the real you?
Yeah.
Yeah, seems legit.
Okay. So did you get a promotion 20,000 years in the past?
Apparently, Q also gave it to me. Gave me my 4th pip while I was in Limbo Pocket Dimension before deciding to stay dead or choose to come back.
So you chose to come back and Q throws you 20,000 years in the past. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Commander or Lieutenant Commander Hall comes up and just smiles. Well, glad to see you back, Calder. It's been in a quiet galaxy without you.
So how long was it gone?
Your estimate is is correct, about 200,000 years.
I
Based
meant
on-
between. I mean between my death to right now.
About a month and a half was when the Svalin was lost.
Yeah, you should
Okay.
have stayed dead. They're going to take that out of your pay.
We don't get paid.
Well, oh, they might hold that 6 weeks against you as a shore leave, as you were technically not working. Or worse yet, you could be held accountable for being AWOL, because you didn't exactly ask to leave your post. Paul kind of smirks. I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a legal headache afterwards. But for now, I see no reason why you can't return to duty, barring a physical exam. What happened down there? Did you just hear in the cryopod? Did you just place you there, or?
No, he transported me moments before we, the citizens, since this world went into the pods.
So you have first-hand experience of what they've seen.
Yes, and you also have more experience with asking the actual occupants of these pods. Hence, they lived on them longer.
I mean, of course, but oh boy. Okay, there's a lot of things to consider here. Obviously, there's gonna be a cultural shock of waking up and not finding some of their own kind. That their world has been destroyed. There's got to be a lot of things to consider.
Apparently, these people were vassals of the Iconians.
Wait, the Iconians had vassals? Is that a thing?
Maybe, but my understanding, a lot of them were saying that the Iconians would help them.
That's unusual. Anyone who wants to can roll like an insight, science, and stiff one.
It's easy as it gets, jeez.
Yeah, Rosh, your memory of ancient galactic history, it kind of goes back to like maybe like 3000 BC on like your planet, maybe up to 1700s on other planets. You have no idea about the Iconians, besides they were boogeyman and from the long dark ages. But Hall, on the other hand, goes, yeah, the prevailing theory was that they were kind of rulers of the galaxy, or some sort of like galactic steward, or they were overthrown. Okay, so Hey Ross, don't you have a diplomatic attaché on your vessel?
As a matter of fact, we do. One of the things we have to catch up on there, Captain.
Any chance that they'll be good at cultural studies or interspecies relations?
I would suspect so.
Kind of a stretch, but we need some sort of expert here to at least talk to these people as we're thawing them out, to prevent them and from just going in emotional shock
I'll see if he's available. I'll tap my comm badge. Ross to Halana.
This is like an hour after your experience in the brig, and you're like partway through your paperwork and making calls.
Yeah, I basically, because of the operator in the security room, I probably just let the guy know to call me, my contact to call me back when he's available for a very important transaction. 'Cause I imagine I don't get him immediately.
Yeah, you do not.
Hold on in here.
This is Ross over on the Ecliptic. We thawed out Captain Calder, and we were going to thaw out the remaining tubes. Thought it might be a good idea for you to be here to assist if there's any issues with cultural or adaptation to the future here for them.
Yeah, I can do that. Do we have any pull from any sort of computer or storage core about cultural touchstone, anything like that? Any insight into what their cultural base is? Affluence, power, supremacy, religious?
The captain recalls a little bit about it, but I don't know if we have anything historical yet. We can take a look and see.
Is the captain safe to be interviewed briefly before I interact with the new first contact?
He seems fine.
Where should I meet him? Here on the Gungnir, or over there on the Ecliptic?
I'll look at the captain here of the Ecliptic. Here, there, your preference?
Yeah, I
What's
can.
there?
Yeah, I can, instead of something in over here, unless. Oh, Calder. Yes. Most of your crew has been transferred to a new ship, the Gungnir. It was just recently commissioned.
Yeah, and we have a new captain that you'll like.
But yeah, I can set up a space here, somewhere. Looks around the tiny Nova.
Very well. I'll grab a shuttle and I'll be over in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes at most.
Okay.
Very well. We'll await your arrival. 5 minutes later, you take a shuttle over and dock. Sorry, I was distracted by a post. They put you in an unused science lab. This appears to be a planetary sensor lab that is not being used too much at the moment. And they're just kind of like, okay, here's an office space. We're not using this one at the moment. Sorry, don't have anything more official. Kind of tied for space here.
That's fine. Your efforts are appreciated. A moment of your time, Captain Calder?
As
It's fine.
captain, you are escorted by Jenna Hall into a room with a Cardassian, a Bajoran Cardassian in person, whom you've never met before. But Hall seems to
Captain
be
Calder,
familiar
this
with
is-
them.
This is Ashton Halana. He's our diplomatic attaché.
Kindly strange to see a half Bajoran, half Cardassian into Starfleet. No offense.
The Federation has seen the value of my years of experience in service to galactic peace.
Also, Halana is wearing civilian clothes, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm just wearing the nice white suit and the comm badge.
I mean, I imagine he's working with Starfleet because he does have the comm badge.
Yep.
Like, I'm at least
he does
authorized to be here.
Yep. Yeah. He does have the comm badges as displayed prominently, but yeah, he's wearing very nice formal robes and not a standard uniform.
Shoot jacket. I don't wear robes like some silly betazoids. God, I have some class.
Didn't you play a Betazord? Anyways,
We've all played a Betazoid once.
Huh. That sounds rude. Anyway, Captain Calder, I wish to speak with you because of my upcoming mission with this new species, and I've been told that you have some insight into their culture base.
Which ones? The Indolans?
The ones that you were stuffed in a freezer tube with.
Well, I haven't really been there to communicate with them. So far, all I know is their appearance and how they look different from the current occupants of the planet. I don't really have that much to know, hence I was just there.
Oh, so you weren't there with them for long then?
No, I was there like mid because they were being attacked by something.
I see. Do you know what they were being attacked by?
Hard to say exactly who, but they used early pre-sentient Indolans and Nausicaans.
there
Were they
like,
alarmed? Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
yeah, Noskins was appropriate.
Were they alarmed by your presence? My understanding is humanity hadn't explored that far back in time. At least not Terran humans, anyway.
Could you use this to say that again? I got. Hello?
Hello?
Could you say that again?
Oh, I was wondering if they seemed alarmed by your presence, since as a human you would have been very unusual on their planet that far back in time.
I think that hard to say because they didn't really have any reaction about me. Maybe Q did some mumbo jumbo.
Q's involved.
Yeah, he plucked me out of the Savalan before it blew up, and and put me in some kind of pocket plane or reality marble, whatever you, or whatever term fits your nomenclature.
Would you say these people were a spacefaring people? They understood fusion, gravity pits, energy weapons, that sort of thing? Or were they very... better way to put it, were the early Federation tech, or perhaps in a more atomic or industrial age technological level?
They had a spaceport, and they also have they also use Iconian gates.
Which means they would have been exposed to a highly advanced civilization. Interesting. All right, that saves a lot of work. Is there anything you think I should be made aware of, Captain, about their culture base, language, any leadership structures you noticed? If any.
The closest to some form of hierarchy is they at least have governors. That's pretty much all I know in their government structure.
Okay. Well, Captain, thank you very much for your insights. I'll be sure to use what I can and be to work.
Holana, go ahead and give me insight science difficulty 3. There's a couple of inferences you could make from this.
Going to spend the 3 momentum.
4 dice. Got it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Considering the word governor was translated both to Calder and to you, that implies that somehow this was an appointed or an elected imposition, so something along the lines of a democracy or a meritocracy, possibly. So nothing authoritarian, and as a form of government. The fact that Calder or was it immediately called out as you're an alien, says that they have a lot of exposure to so many different alien cultures that seeing a new one is like, oh, that's kind of weird, but not like existential
We have other
crisis.
things to worry about.
Yeah. And also we have other things to worry about. So they're probably used to interacting with lots of different cultures.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up on the computer what the Federation knows about the Iconians. Basically, primarily what little we know about their government structure in relation with other species.
Yeah. Reason, science, difficulty. Yeah. If you like just pulling up their Wikipedia article, diff 2, if you want anything deeper, we can go higher diff.
I'm gonna dig a little.
Dig a little. Diff 3 then. Assisted by computer science, and you are on the ecliptic, so it actually has an extensive computer library.
I think I'm gonna. While this is happening, I'm gonna ask what happened while I was gone with the ghost.
Rosh, you can do so.
Well, after this Svalin was destroyed and you died, we were sent to the starbase until a new starship, this Akira-class Gungnir ship, was made available to us. And Captain Bradford was made captain of it. While we were fitting out, there was a distress call from this planet, I guess the ecliptic, and we came here, ran into a bunch of...
Hold up.
Yeah?
Who's commanding? Who are you? Who are you under now?
Captain Bradford, sir.
I'm gonna make a quick call to the admiral and then jump and then surprise Bradford. Could you make that? Could you set me up
yes.
with a line of goss? Because I don't think my command codes work anymore.
Certainly, sir.
For some
Follow
reason,
Ranger.
they deactivate your command codes after you die. I don't know why. It's so inconsiderate.
Makes sense, because, no forged faked identities.
All right. One moment. Let's resolve of Halana, and then we'll get you on the horn.
Well, basically having a automatic hit. Automatic 1, I should say.
Okay. So +2 to the hit. So +2 momentum. Okay.
1, 2, and 3. I just hit it.
And the ship helps you with 1 more. So 1 momentum. Okay. Basically anything that you can find on the memory alpha page, and most of that, except for the DS9 episode involving the Iconian Gates, everything else in memory alpha will be available for you. As far as insights, there's some interesting theories that the scientific consensus, it has been split like 70% and think the Iconians were totalitarian and in dictatorship, and they were overthrown by the subjugated species. But there's a 30% that has some fringe evidence that maybe the Iconians were more beneficial, and they were overthrown and bombed out of existence for other political reasons rather than just a simple slave revolt. We do know that their language is influenced the Darwin and culture and the Eichelbar culture. There's been theories that as some of the survivors from the initial bombing landed in those systems, but there hasn't been any archaeological evidence is found besides circumstantial, cultural familiarities and the language. Any other questions you would like to ask, Alana?
Could I possibly from that glean with a momentum spend what the how do I word this? If there was a glean, if the Iconian language was used as a sort of trade galactic, like it was the imperial lingua.
I will accept that.
Okay.
Given how easily it was found on all these other systems, it was probably used as a lingua franca.
Okay.
So that would be that'd be a good place to start our translation matrix.
Yeah, and that's I start telling the computer to set that up as the starting point for the translation.
Very well. That could be started.
I will then call up to the captain of the Ecliptic.
Paul here.
This is Ashton Halana. I've done as much research as I reasonably can without interviewing the first contact persons. So I am as ready as I'm going to be. So whenever you wish to engage in first contact, I would do so. I would advise that we present ourselves with a not quite authoritarian presence, but like making sure they know they're under control, but at the same time they are not under threat, since it seems their culture group was in some way must have been a client or vassal state to a larger empire. So that's a familiar thing that they'll run into. So don't put on the Federation kid gloves too much, but let's not break out the iron Klingon ones, if you follow.
Very well. We'll get working on that. Did you want to be present when we revive these people? Or
I would highly recommend it. I've already instructed your computer to have a starting point for the translation matrix, and I think I should have some information that in my regimented mind that will be probative to the first contact.
Very well. We'll meet you on deck 4.
Deck 4, I'll be there shortly.
And you can ask the computer where the modular labs are. Or
Okay,
no,
wait.
guys.
Quick
Yep.
thing.
Yes.
Does Bradford know I was part of the pods?
No one has informed him yet.
Okay, good. Last,
None of the players have informed Captain Bradford. At this point, he's just thinking like, okay, so we have some interviews going on here, and we got some rescue missions over here, and I'm just gonna kick back in my ready room and just let things happen.
He's not been very actively involved, Captain.
Okay. Can
I'll
you
wait for the test.
give me a line to the admiral now?
Yes, we can do that easily. Ross, you do have to phone this in, as for some reason it's not accepting Calder's command codes, but you are able to get in. And after going through the security protocols, there's a bit of pushback from the admiral's, I want to say secretary, but there's a more official word for this.
Attaché.
Attaché. The admiral's attaché gives you a little pushback of like, wait, who's calling?
Adjunct. Sorry, I had the wrong word.
Adjunct.
Adjunct's the right word. Duh.
No,
Yeah.
Calder. Really? It's
Are
really
you
him, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We've
I
checked.
run an admiral to game. I should know.
Yeah, the adjunct grills you a little bit, but then after they're convinced, they finally go, okay, I'll patch you in through the admiral. Line puts you on hold for a few minutes, and Admiral Nea shows up, blinks several times furiously, and looks to Ross and goes, explain this really quickly and in short sentences.
I just imagine I'm standing behind him.
Let's see. On Beta Patronus, we found him in a cryogenic tube. We thawed him out. From what he says, Q sent him back in time at the moment the Stalin impacted that other ship, and here he is.
At the mention of Q, Nea drags her hand across the face and gives that. There's so much paperwork involved with this. Calder, can you verify your last known security code?
Yes, I recite it.
And you recited perfectly. Name, rank, serial number?
Current or previous?
Cheap squid. Where'd you get that 4th pip? I mean, I did posthumously promote you, but I didn't think that would actually go to your body.
Apparently, Q found out that you already forwarded my promotion from commander to captain.
Okay.
And gave me the
Okay, current rank, I suppose. She's rubbing her temples and looking at a pad. She's basically gonna be grilling you on your profile, and you pass with flying colors, obviously. Nah, I'm not gonna make a roll for that because there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to answer these security questions.
yeah. I'm just waiting until the obvious. Yes, I get my orders, but I'm going to say, gotta throw in my favorite to actually surprise Bradford.
I love it. Okay. She's gonna go, okay, this is gonna be surprisingly, there actually is paperwork for this kind of stuff. I didn't think I would have to actually implement it. Because surprisingly, you are not the first Starfleet officer to come back from the dead. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Looks at the Enterprise. All the Enterprises.
Yep. So yeah, there's actually like bureaucratic paperwork in preparation for was once declared dead is now resurrected back from. She goes, okay, I'll get started on this.
Well, I mean, I didn't die. I was just falsely presumed dead.
Yeah, we'll get that cleared up. In the meantime, I'm unfortunately you have all the rank and privileges of a civilian until you're able to come back to Deep Space Aegis, and we can do a thorough medical and psych exam on you. In case of double agents, temporal clones, smear universe agents, Romulan and clone, that kind of stuff. I believe if you're you, we just have to convince the Federation that you are you. But it's good to see you, Captain. And with this, I will tentatively say, given your familiarity with about half the crew of the Gungnir and your experience in this sector airspace, I will forward ahead and say that after you've been reinstated, you will have command of the USS Gungnir.
Could I have those orders on a pad so I could?
For what reason?
I was going to beam in the same room as Bradford and then give it to him because he has no idea. I was in one of those pods.
She smirks playfully. Very well. I'll have that forwarded to you momentarily. Go ahead and feel free to give him the good word.
Indeed, I will.
If that is all, Naya out. And she closes the channel. A few minutes later, you get the orders. The orders in writing, you can set them on a pad.
Okay, I will put them on the pad, then make my way to the transporter room.
Well, I'm going to.
Hall's like, okay. I'm gonna go back to the labs. Again, take a holo picture. I want to see this.
Lost.
Anyone have a holo imager?
I'll find one.
Sure. Let's make this a roll just for the lulz. Insight Engineering Diff 1.
A holo recorder. I want to see all of it, not just the picture.
Holo imagers are awesome.
Yep. You're able to grab one and off the shelf. Surprisingly, the Ecliptic has a lot of them. You ask where one is, and you go there, and there's like an entire rack of 20. And you're like, I'm just gonna borrow one of these real quick. And you beam over to the Gungnir, much to the surprise of the transporter chief. Commander, Commander,
Captain.
Captain.
I thought they were sighting.
Are you sighting? Or
Yeah,
was
I'm. you want to just keep this, and I'll just say, as you warp, and then I'll make my way to where I assume where it is, which is the letting room.
Yep. Along the way, you get some stares, some whispers, and gasp. Several people salute you. You make your way to the a bridge where the senior staff is. Magnus is at Con. Patterson is at what you presume is science. Bailey is at ops. And I think that's all the NPCs will be at.
Ross to Ash, come to the bridge, please.
Yeah, Zogar's currently over. Actually, Tavel is overseeing internal security.
Heading up to the bridge.
We're heading up to the bridge. Upon seeing you, most of the senior staff, especially the faces you remember, gasp in surprise and go, "Oh my goodness!" Bailey almost uncharacteristically. No, Bailey uncharacteristically runs and tries to hug you, but then stops like a foot short and goes, "Oh wait, that's not professional." And she straightens herself up and gives a salute.
I knew it.
Captain.
Yes.
So, it is true. You're back.
Yes. Is Bradford in the letting room?
Yes, he is.
Should I be asking to come out, sir?
No, I'm going to ring the bell but not say anything, but just constantly ring it, so he has to open the door himself.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Recording.
Recording's on. And finally after five rings, he's like, "Come on in."
No, like I want him to open the door, and when the door opens, we're face to face.
He's just pressing the button until he comes and opens it.
Finally, he walks up, opens the door, and he's face to face to you. Sees you. Collects the knife. Wait a second. What the? It looks over, sees you, Ross. Is this a prank? What is this? Computer
Well, sir,
deactivate
it's a long
hologram.
story. But this is the real Captain Calder.
Even though I am in uniform form, I classify as a civilian, but I am here to give you a message. It's on this pad.
What's
slaps him with it.
What's going on?
Read the pad.
He reads the pad, and his face blanches, and he goes, No, what? No. No, I was so close. No.
I think I'll also something out in what took you this many years to get to be a captain. All it took me was 1 year.
By the turbo lift, I just came up from wherever I was.
Yeah, like
somebody
in the middle.
just hears Ash say, "This is better than I could have possibly imagined."
As Bradford slowly has has an existential crisis and melts down. As he loses his dream job.
Medical scheme for the bridge, please.
Oh my god. Counselor to the bridge.
I mean, would an Akira be a step up to a Excelsior?
It's a newer ship.
100 years newer.
And this one's a little
True.
more tactical and cool and ooh. It's not the Lincoln Town Car. This is the Ferrari.
So hard to repair and overpriced and not really worth the money you paid for it? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know my car metaphors.
I was gonna
Sorry, I
say
just had to
this
take
is
a
the tank.
shot.
And it's got flames down the side.
I mean, don't worry, Bradford. There might be a captain share on a birth class for you.
Ooh.
Oh no. Ross, you capture all of this beautifully. This can be great, especially when you spread it around the ship.
Why stop there?
How far and wide do you want this video to go?
I mean, first things first, we gotta give it to Jenna.
Yep, you can easily do so. He watches it. She kind of does a split screen and watches it with you, and she is just laughing her ass off. This is the funniest thing ever. I almost feel bad for him, but then I don't. Are you gonna be okay over there, Eric Graham?
I'll be fine.
All right. I'll finish up reviving these people, and we have a first contact to do. I would love to have you on board as a civilian advisor. Besides, seeing a familiar face of you might help them.
I mean, the only thing I was the equivalent of the getaway driver.
Well, you're a face that they saw before or are going under. It'll be a nice face to see you coming out. And I was gonna do more with the extended task, but that was for characters that aren't here anymore. So we're just gonna delicately skip over that. As over the next 3 days, you managed to revive out of the 200 pods as you found 200 viable pods you found. You managed to revive 160. 40 people unfortunately perished during the revival process. Yeah, and you have this large mass of aliens on board the ship. They're mostly monolithic. Not
Monocultural?
Monocultural. Oh, there's like 2 or 3 other aliens that are not represented on screen, but it's mostly in this one culture. And they introduce themselves as the Pravonians. Or at least that's how the translator does it, because I'm lazy. Yes, I am Halgries. Yes, I'm the closest thing to a government official that's left here. What happened to our planet?
First, Governor, I think there's something you need to know. Forgive my manners. I am Ashton Holana, diplomatic attaché of the Federation Diplomatic Corps, representing the United Federation of Planets. You are currently aboard the USS Ecliptic, a starship of Starfleet, an interstellar expeditionary star navy with a continuing mission of exploration, diplomacy, and maintaining peace in the galaxy. Your world was discovered within the confines of our explored space. You have been revived by the skilled efforts of Starfleet officers aboard our ships. I
Within
invite
your
you.
space,
Yes.
which means it's no
The-
longer our space.
Well, at present, we didn't know you were even here. We only just discovered you within the last few days. That is what we wish to discuss with you, is exactly who you are, what your planet even is, what your culture is, and discussing how, if at all, your people wish to be part of the Federation or wish to do with your world.
How long? How long were we under?
He looks at one of the Starfleet officers who has it probably has a more exact number.
Jenna Hall answers. 200,000 years plus or minus, and it's 150 years. And he slumps. He kind of slumps in his chair and goes, "So long. Did you find any other sites? Any other vaults?" None yet, but with the discovery of your vault, we've been scouring the planet, but we found a few broken sites. Apparently, there was some sort of massive power surge shortly after you guys went under, and it destroyed a lot of the surface of the planet and a lot of the electronics. Some sort of event, possibly 100 years after you went down. I see.
We hope that perhaps we could, with your cooperation, we may get further insight into other sites, perhaps that we don't see, or speed the process of those any future ones we find. Actually, further, I would wonder if your peoples were multiplanetary or on this planet alone.
Somewhat. We had some emissaries and an outpost on Iconia, which I don't think survived. Possibly some minor outposts elsewhere.
Oh, and of course, forgive my manners once again, Governor. The lady you've been speaking with is Lieutenant Commander Jenna Hull. She is the commanding officer of the Ecliptic.
Oh, yes. She extends a hand awkwardly, and Calgary just looks at it, unsure what to do.
Customarily, some Federation species clasp hands or arms to indicate friendship and non-hostile intent. It is a gesture between equals, or those who wish to be, anyway.
I see. We generally do it with a closed fist, and then we make contact with it. He closes the fist and opens it up, and gently takes her hand. Yes, they do the diplomatic fist bump.
Now, the Lieutenant Commander's position and job here, as well with the other ship in the area, the USS Gungnir, they are in position currently to assist you with Starfleet resources. I am a representative of the civilian side of the Federation, and I can forward and facilitate further contact between your peoples, what you wish to do. In the more immediate terms, I imagine you can speak with Lieutenant Commander and the commanding officers of both the Ecliptic and the Gungnir. They have the operational authority of their ships. But I, of course, can forward any diplomatic contact you wish to have with the larger Federation of Planets. The reason I say this, and this isn't to be arrogant by position, but the fact is that we have over 100 member worlds plus associate members. So to save you the unenviable task of navigating the bureaucracy of the Federation, my diplomatic credentials allow me to help you get more direct lines and speed the process up to some degree until formal diplomat extraordinaire can be assigned to your case. Should you wish to continue diplomatic contact,
he starts shaking his head like halfway through that speech. No. We had outside help before. We want you to leave. Leave us alone. Let us rebuild in our manner. At this point, Hall just kind of pipes up. I'm sorry, but you have 150 people without extensive infrastructure and help. You don't even have a viable population. You don't have a viable breeding stock. You would be dead within a generation. You need help on this.
Governor, I understand that any help that we offer is as much as you ask. Our help does not come with the conditions of vassalship or client statehood. We are an organization of peace and cooperation. If you wish to reclaim sovereignty of your planet, and it seems like you wish to, and you do not wish to be a member of the Federation, then that's so. But if you need help from your nearby neighbors with advanced technology and the will to help you, then I would advise you, Governor, to take what assistance we can offer, and when you're perfectly satisfied with the amount of aid, then feel free to say no. But I caution against that because even if you rebuild, and I imagine you could, you seem to be a very dedicated species. The galaxy is a very large place, and there are many things that you will need to learn to ensure that whatever sovereignty you wish to maintain is in your destiny rather than the hands of others.
Does anyone else at the table wish to say anything?
Plus, you might need some help with that space kraken in the system.
I'm sorry, what?
Space kraken. Even Alana looks over, you're like, what?
Did we kill that?
Killed one. You don't know if there's others.
Shit. We killed that. Maybe.
I thought there was a young one there. Or am I mistaken on that?
There was only one specimen ever found, but you don't know if this is a singular, unique creature, or if this is one member of an entire species. Because, stranger things have happened in the galaxy. Who knows? Maybe the species of space kraken could be responsible for all sorts of missing ships. And there's a long history of tales and lore of mysterious pinging on the hall in the dead of night.
All can be solved with precision phaser fire.
Yeah, so it might not be a bad idea for the Federation to hang around just in case, one of them comes back, since they were here before.
That
We
sounds like
can
a
indeed
threat.
offer protectorate services until such time that you're able to amass your own Star Navy, or just have a contractual agreement between our government and yours.
Hall speaks.
I'll make.
Hall speaks up. We still have the larger issue of genetics. We haven't even looked into how related all you people are, but generally no species survives this severe of a bottleneck. You would have to do some extensive, she kind of flinches, genetic engineering in order to keep your species around.
Lieutenant Commander, I would remind you that as an independent world, they may decide their fate and progress. The Prime Directive applies to a certain degree. But I'm sure the wise governor here would take any expert advice to ensure the thriving of his own people. Right?
I'm just familiar with our laws and in our ethics on such things. However, we are adept at such as technologies, and we can source experts to help with such things.
Governor, you have no idea how much that hurt her to say that, but Starfleet's willing to bend over backwards to help those in need, as evidence. Kind of nods.
Captain Calder, anything you want to say? Any of this?
Let us help you or die. No. Thanks. Freaking rocks.
Calder?
Go back into stasis.
Somebody else gets back into a pod.
Where did all these come from?
I didn't see VRB.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi back. I'm Dad.
Boo.
Yeah, that was bad.
Calder, anything you need to say in this situation as this governor takes the fate of his species into his own hands?
You should listen to him. I mean, I did save his life, so.
Not this particular guy. He wasn't in the car with you.
Dang it.
Hey, not my fault.
Oh.
No one chose the lame elderly governor with no combat powers.
I didn't even look at the sheet. I was just like, nah. Can Chithar's just gonna lean over to Lieutenant Commander Hall and just say, did somebody mention the primitives on the planet? I think they're children.
She kind of leans back. No, I've been kind of avoiding. It's enough of a cultural shock.
Yeah, fair.
Knowledge is power. Alana says that he's probably overhearing this, but he's not going to say it. It's not his place to point it out.
Yep. You kind of overhear something about primitives.
I'm not saying it because I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, because they're
I was just reminding people.
You know,
above game, the planet is kind of taken over by their predecessors.
Yeah,
Well, what's left of them?
they're real dumb.
Descendants. Predecessors is the other direction.
Descendants.
those were the predecessors. We have a lot more questions.
These are the predecessors of the people on the planet.
Let's do the time warp again.
No.
Yes.
No.
Put that back where it came from.
No. I love that these are selectable.
Great. Now I made a new game for you guys. Okay, 2 more. But yeah, threat spanned as he is gonna need a convincing.
Let me at him.
He is extraordinarily stubborn. He wants sovereignty for his species. He is scared for the future. Doesn't know your intentions or the state of the galaxy, and he just wants to be by himself.
Go to a mountain, you bloody hermit. No.
He just came from a mountain.
We'll go back in. We'll freeze you and get someone else. Wait, this
Y'all
is
familiar with the
never
Gorn?
mind.
It's a democracy. Just let all the survivors vote. They probably won't vote for this guy who's like, no, screw everyone else. We're gonna live ourselves in this hole.
We're gonna live off the ice in our cryotubes.
Yeah.
Do your people
That's not
know
really-
of the Gorn species?
Crap, let me check. Were the Gorn active that long ago? I know the Gorn are old. I don't know if they're
It wasn't
that
that
old.
long. I don't think it was. No.
It wasn't that
Very
old?
few species were around when the Iconians were a thing.
Okay. I know
There's
the
like a-
Bajorans. The Bajorans were around, but they weren't spacefaring. They were.
Yep.
Oceans, I think.
don't. Yeah,
They were
Gorn.
sailing.
Gorn weren't around.
Well, I think we should point out that the Gorn giant race of lizards has shown a military interest in their planet, and that might be disruptive or threatening to them.
You can individually make arguments and try to create advantages against this larger role, or you can roll together and make an assist.
I think I can take lead on this and take us this. I think we got this.
Yeah.
This is within my wheelhouse, 100%. Because the reason I say that, one of the things that with that language thing I did earlier, because I'm trying to connect with him on a somewhat familiar level, I'm using that information about his language group as part of my regimented mind talent to reduce the difficulty of this task. This task I was worried about. That he was going to resist our help.
Get 4 then.
I will also have the bargain talent, diplomacy focus.
Did we just get another colony we have to manage? Ugh.
That's like the entire point. I got you to this side of the galaxy in the first place, bro.
I know.
Going to spend my milestone of from captain as a cowboy because I had to prove why diplomats, United Federation planet diplomats, were necessary. In the last episode, I did it by scaring somebody into doing things. Now I'm trying to scare somebody into doing a positive thing.
For the bargain talent, what exactly is the give and take? What are you putting on the table? What are you asking in return?
I'm just asking for his cooperation and diplomatic contact. And in exchange, the Federation will do everything it can to assist him in the development of his planet and helping guide his planet to the destiny he's seeking. It's been done a million times before. We've done it for Earth. We've done it for many other member species. And if he doesn't want to be a member, that's cool. If he wants to be an associate, that's cool. If he wants to be independent, that's cool. But we need to talk. If he closes the door, we can't help him at all. The bargain, the door
Okay,
is shut
so basically,
on the trade.
so basically, at this point, you're just asking for an open door.
Yeah, just open the door. So that way I know, that way diplomats higher up than me can come down and do the full song and dance for the guy. Because if he closes the door now, we're shut. We're screwed. If he says no outright, we have to leave him alone.
Yep, and that was something that this rule is preventing. Okay, that works.
So that's 2 plus a reroll plus people assisting.
Calder, do you want to assist?
We should be able to do this. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more resources. We should be able
Calder,
to do this.
Ross, you want to pitch in
Yeah,
on this?
can I use my palm leaf to? It's supposed to reduce the difficulty by 1 on a presence or persuade task.
I'll
If you assist with this, yes.
assist.
Okay, so diff 3. And Hull made some good points regarding genetics, so she can jump in as well.
I have bold. We'll only have a 5 and a 9 for presence command.
Yeah, I'm like 12 and 3. Like we should be able to get this because I'm getting 2 hits anyway. I just have to get 1 hit between all of us. Or
Yep.
at
Okay.
least, so.
Yeah, so this is mainly banking for momentum, hopefully. If you don't screw this up, no pressure. Oh, nope, just 1.
Our NPC allies cheating.
It's just the first one. Okay. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, takes a little bit of convincing, lots of talking, going back and forth. He hums. He asks for a 12-hour recess to consider and talk among his people. At which point you guys are just kind of twiddling your thumbs for 12 hours, wondering what the heck to do. Luckily, in that time period, no more fights break out in the brig. That seems to have gotten out of their system. Finally, he comes back and says, "We will appreciate your help in rebuilding our world. We will accept you as friends." And he holds up his fist.
I hold up my fist.
And he goes he goes to punch you quite hard.
Me.
Opposed fitness command.
Klingon culture focus. Like almost like I was expecting this sort of crap to happen this close to the border.
This is kind of familiar to a Klingon thing, not. Now, if this, come on,
I'll spend a momentum.
give me 1 second. As the sheet won't open, I don't know what this guy's stats is off the top of my head.
I'd say 7 and 1. That seems like a fair number.
Nah.
Come on, it makes total sense.
All right. 1 momentum. I'm gonna spend 3 threat. I want to
I'll
make
spend 2 momentum to match you.
I want to make an impression, especially if you're allies. I have to make a good impression.
I don't want to make an impression on my face.
All right.
That's what the Betazoid's for.
Hey,
All right. 4 versus 4. Oh, nice. As you both pound your fists together, and there's this straining moment where you're just like, ow. But you match each other's punch, and there's this wham in the air as you punch each other's fists, and you kind of push back against each other a little bit, kind of testing the strength, and then he releases, fall back, and smile.
Asher smiles and hides the fact that his hand probably just broke when that happened, but he's an experienced diplomat. Klingons have pulled that crap on him. It's like, oh god, I need a doctor. Smile.
Yes, you do need a doctor.
we got a good EMH.
There was an audible crack.
Your friendship is appreciated, Governor.
Governor, I'd like to extend an invitation for dinner aboard the Gungnir whenever you're free.
Their food is very good. Their chefs are amazing.
Press command diff 2 to see if you can hide the pain.
Composure focus,
Yes.
giving you that momentum.
I'm trying to distract the governor for him.
Assist?
You are. Yep, I'll accept that
Please?
assist. You can assist with presence command.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. he does notice as you're in pain and trying to hide it. He kind of coughs and goes, "I would love to attend a dinner from the far future to the future of our galaxy and to the future of our species." And that the ribbon is here. We will end tonight's episode. Thank you all for watching. We'll be here same star time, same AIM Star channel.
Star Channel?
Yeah, this is the Star channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all the other things. I am terrible at YouTube and the shows. Thank you all for watching.